he's going to have to
Yeah,
let us know what he means by that.
I think he's talking about me.
Yeah, he was. Maybe go down a little bit farther.
The monstrous one. Big Mike in the chat room saying Tim should just stay in New York City. We don't need him here. Oh,
what's up, Scooby-Doo?
Goodness. Mama Bear Sherry Harley in the chat room saying good morning, guys, and good morning to you, Miss Mama Bear. Hope you're having a great Sunday morning. Austin Mulitalo says, I heard it was Skylar Sparks. HD isn't there. He got counted out. So there we go.
I'm here.
I heard it was Skylar Sparks. We haven't seen Skylar Sparks in several months now. And I don't know. I kind of get this eerie feeling when people haven't been around for a little while, you know? Like something's cooking up that shouldn't be cooking up.
So there's a couple other ones, just real quick. Good morning, Mama Bear.
I already said that.
Oh, did you say that?
Yeah.
And then my lovely wife. Good morning, my yeet husbands, HD and Sarge.
Oh, Trisha McGarry Williams, I have got to say,
really?
Yeet morning right back to you, a yeet.
No comment?
I have absolutely no comment on that.
Well, there is no comment to be made. She's made us her yeet husband because you don't like to yeet. You don't like to eat at all. Even when the situation calls for it.
When the situation calls for it, I am
yeet.
not going to do it.
Oh, you're so wrong.
Not going to do it.
Wouldn't be prudent.
Oh,
wouldn't be prudent.
Well,
very good.
All day Aiden Riley is now in
Scrappy's
the
in there too. Okay, we got Scooby-Doo and Scrappy in there.
And he says, that's my wife to you.
Yeah.
Whoo. Whoo. Goodness
Scrappy
gracious.
dude.
World League Wrestling. NWA's World League Wrestling, a major sponsor of this show, has got some awesome events coming up starting next Saturday night. And all day Aiden Riley again chiming in saying, I'm going to start acquiring the wives of my enemies. Oh, good Lord, have mercy.
I guess you better start eating.
Something. The astonishing one chiming in again saying the FLW and now MSW heavyweight champions back hurts. Congrats on that.
Congratulations.
Also in breaking news, I'm thinking about adding a new finishing move to my game. We're going to have to find out what that is very soon. But back to WLW. Heavy lies the crown next weekend, gentlemen. March the 14th. Fans, listeners, get your tickets right now. Don't wait. Because if you wait, I guarantee you, you're going to be sitting outside waiting to find out what happened. You're going to be waiting for Showdown to come out. And that won't be for a little while. The NWA World Heavyweight Champion, Thrillbilly Silas Mason, will be defending the 10 pounds of gold at the Race Wrestling Arena in Troy, Missouri next Saturday night. And his opponent, it is now official, will be the Grand Regent and the NWA World League Heavyweight Champion, Camaro Jackson. The former quad father, the Grand Regent himself, now has the opportunity to walk out of that particular evening as a double champion, holding both of the most prestigious championships out there right now. Harley's Crown and the 10 pounds of gold.
Yeah. I know. Well, it kind of makes sense now while at the end of their match at Fort Leonard Wood that Camaro says, I need to go talk to somebody.
Yeah. Could be how that came about. And we'll get into the happenings from Fort Leonard Wood here in just a few minutes. The 99 overall, Chris Danger. About 14 hours ago, last night, put up on Facebook, and it's on WLW's Facebook page right now. He has challenged the Deliverer Moses to a one-on-one match. Will Moses answer and agree to the match? That is the question, and we'll find that out during the week upcoming, or maybe even that night. That'll be interesting. Tobias Storm has challenged, and I see that both of these gentlemen are in the chat room still. He has challenged the Devils of War to a tag team match. Who is going to be Storm's partner? And will the Devils of War accept his challenge? Maybe we might get an answer in the chat room this morning. We'll see. And Big Mike says the only astonishment is the Devils of War being the most relevant tag champs since Dysfunction. Chat room is just lightening up this morning.
There's some barbs being thrown in there already.
Our guest next weekend, and H.D. Daniels, he is now sitting down in front of the microphone. Joining us, our other co-host, he's our resident referee, Mr. 1, 2, 3, H.D. Daniels. Next weekend, I know normally you don't come in on a show after we have a show, but we're going to need you here next weekend because he just let it out of the bag just a few moments ago, and I'm talking about Superfan, of course.
You quitting?
That he is going to be in New York City.
I'll be in New York City!
With his wife. His wife's doing a marathon next week. So, next weekend, in studio, we are going to have Strictly Business, Brandon Beretta, and a special guest of his coming to the studio. And the reason why I'm also bringing him up is that Strictly Business Brandon Beretta will be in action next Saturday night to continue his showcase while he is at the top of his game. His sights are still set on Harley's Crown. However, his next opponent will be the young stallion, Joseph Jackson. Will Beretta continue to conduct business his way, or will Jackson get his very first win at Heavy Lies the Crown? Very interesting. And then the finals for the quest for the crown will be upon us next Saturday night when the number one contender to the NWA World League Junior Heavyweight Championship, JDR, Jaden Dominic Rose, will face the NWA World League Junior Heavyweight Champion, Raheem De La Suede, to see who will be crowned King of World League Wrestling. And gentlemen, Suede has been saying for like the last 5 or 6 months that he is the king of WLW. Well, come next Saturday night, this is the finals. It's put up or shut up time.
Yes, and how much fun would it be, JDR, to tarnish the wannabe king, Raheem De La Suede?
Whew.
I mean, JDR said this is step number one.
Did you just pick your winner?
I did.
Okay.
Interesting. Interesting. And then also, tickets are on sale right now for March the 27th. World League Wrestling returns to Central Methodist University on that date, Friday, March the 27th. And this year, we're once again partnering, or actually this year, WLW is once again partnering with Phi Delta Theta for a special fundraising event. And that's in Fayette, Missouri. Again, the Puckett Fieldhouse at Central Methodist University. Last year was electric. And this year, I think, is going to be even bigger. Just look at the last several events that has been going on for World League. It just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger each and every single event.
Absolutely. I mean, that's why it's so important to get those tickets early. Because if you don't, like you say, Sarge, you're going to be missing out. And then you have to
Exactly.
wait to find out actually what happened.
You'll be outside in the cold. You'll be outside in the cold looking in, wondering why are they all screaming and hollering for?
Mhm.
I was in the cold last weekend. How did it go?
Well, let's go ahead and get to it. Let's go ahead and jump to last week.
I was literally in the cold. It was cold.
You were out in the cold waiting in line in
Chicago was cold.
Yeah.
Well, we'll talk about Elimination Chamber as well, but first and foremost, we're still going to stay on World League Wrestling here because we had Salute to the Service 4 at Fort Leonard Wood at the Davidson Fitness Center. And I tell you what, gentlemen, Superfan, you were there.
Mm-hmm.
I thought last year was loud. You were there last year as
Yeah.
well. Which night was louder, last year or this year?
Man, I tell you what, the crowd was just humming, and you really couldn't even. I was right there in front row, golden circle, and at times you just couldn't hear your even think. It was just that loud, just from behind you, and
It's good to hear.
Yeah,
The only time that I got to think was during intermission.
right.
And that's only because I went to the back for a few minutes. Whew. At about 2:30, a quarter to 3 in the afternoon there, a gentleman from the MWR came up to me and was talking to me for a few minutes. And he had told me that there was 1,140 tickets that had been sold at that point. And then at about 5:30, 5:45, about 15 minutes to 30 minutes before the actual show started, he also let me know that since the doors had opened at 5 o'clock, we had sold another 150 more.
Mm-hmm.
So close, doggone close, if not over, 1,300 people up inside that gym.
Yeah.
And it sounded like it was 13,000 people up inside that gym. It was loud. And I tell you what, I couldn't be more prouder of the soldiers and the sailors and the air women and men and even the little marine unit that was there. They brought the noise. They brought it like they had never brought it before, Superfan.
Yeah, I mean, just I felt honored just to be there, and with all the servicemen and women. But yeah, just outside before the line got extremely long outside, waiting just to get in for this event. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on in the chat there, Sarge.
There is a lot going on.
Don't get distracted.
inside that chat.
I know. Do you want to stay on track? Or
Well,
get
I mean, it's
distracted?
folks from WLW, so we're not really not talking about World League here, because I can see this turning into more matches down the road. Big Mike, the monstrous one himself, saying, "Remember when Aiden Riley pinned you for the title, Austin Mulatalo?" Man, they're just
But all right,
exchanging barbs back and forth.
if they
inside
really
the
want to
chat
get
room.
into it, what was the powder?
But before that, Austin Mulatalo said, "Big Mike and the other guy, remember when I kicked you guys so hard, you blanked yourself last year at CMU, at Central Methodist
Right.
University." And man, whew, it's getting thick. It's getting thick up in that room.
It is.
But you know what? We had some awesome matches last weekend. However, we're up against our very first break here on Uncensored Wrestling Talk. So we're going to go ahead and take that break. And when we come back, we are going to talk about these awesome matches that occurred last weekend at Fort Leonard Wood. Stick around. The break will only be 59 seconds long, starting right now.
Trax Pizza, outstanding pizza, sandwiches, and pasta. Dine-in, carry-out, or delivery. Open daily at 3 p.m. Order online at TraxPizzaCompany.com. Call 264-8600 or come see us on Main Street in historic downtown Winfield. Trax Pizza, 264-8600.
Saving and everything.
When you shop at Menards. Upgrade your kitchen today with Clearview Cabinetry. We offer a great selection of finishes made with the finest materials and built to withstand life's sticky messes.
Write down the number.
Yeah, I'm going to write it down before I leave.
We can do that.
Accessories
Right here.
to match your unique style. View our selection of Clearview cabinetry on Menards.com. Plus, check out our weekly flyer and find plenty of great deals happening.
Oh, goodness.
New and used firearms, gun repair, and all
Remember
types
when
of
Mr.
outdoor
Beast
accessories on
said
Main
you
Street in
suck?
downtown Winfield.
Dang!
Oh, man.
Check
Here
us
we
out
go,
on Facebook
getting ready.
or stop by at 203 Main
Mics
Street in
are
Winfield.
going
637
live right now.
142, you're out.
Uncensored Wrestling Talk. We are live inside the Gateway Fiber studio of News Radio 105.3 FM, 1280 AM, KYRO. We're also live on our Facebook stream. Uncensored Wrestling Talk is the page on Facebook and also on YouTube right now.
We're on YouTube.
Uncensored Wrestling Talk. You can chit chat with us on both of those platforms. It's getting thick.
Oh, it
Thicker
is.
by the second here in the chat room. You know, both Austin Muitalo and the monstrous one, Mike Maverick. They've been going back and forth, and even even Trisha McGarry Williams kind of chiming in on a little bit of it as well. Let's get everybody caught up here. Austin Muitalo saying to Big Mike, "Remember when Mr. B said you sucked?" Whew. And then Trisha McGarry Williams, of course, laughing about that one. And then Big Mike retorting, saying, "Crazy, I don't remember you being there to see it. At least Mr. Beast knows me, bud." Ooh. And then, of course, also, Austin Muitalo, he's replying to All Day Aiden Riley. One of the soldiers at FLW said Austin was a barracks bunny. Austin saying, "Aiden Riley, yeah, sorry, I didn't realize she was your girlfriend." Well, was. Oh. They're just going back and forth, and we're
This just shows why people should actually join us on Facebook
I'm
or
telling you.
YouTube
I am
to
telling
catch all
you.
this stuff.
I am telling you. Remember when we beat the Blazing Guns so bad that one guy had to leave the United States of America, says All Day Aiden Riley. Oh, good Lord. It's getting laid down
It's
up inside
spicy
there.
in there.
Speaking of last weekend, though, Fort Leonard Wood, salute to the service for some awesome matches going on to open up the night. The International Bounty Hunter from the mountains of Mongolia, Attila Khan, taking on quite possibly pound for pound the strongest man in World League, Tobias Storm, superfan.
Yes, absolutely. You know, Tobias, I thought he had a great outing. The fans were really behind him. I mean, it was so funny when everybody just yelled out, "Tobias!"
That was pretty amazing. But what wasn't amazing was Attila Khan just giving him the beat down that he did. My good Lord. I mean, they went a good 6.5 minutes, but it was only 6.5 minutes. I would have thought Tobias Storm would have lasted a little bit longer, but
it just shows
then
how
again, you got to remember the experience that Attila Khan has, and just steamrolled. Tobias Storm.
Tobias had a couple shots, but then Attila just took over. He beat him down.
And I gotta say, love him or hate him, doesn't matter which. He's been on a bit of a tear. In World League. And if you ain't careful, he's gonna be challenging for that NWA World League Heavyweight Championship before much longer once again.
Yeah, I mean, he's stacking up wins.
He really is. He really is. And then, of course, the World League Tag Team Championships on the line. The Thoroughbreds, the Natural Atlas Armstrong and Talon Graves, of course, they got this shot from a couple months ago, defeating All Day Aiden Riley and Superstar Steve. They went up against the Devils of War, the monstrous one Mike Maverick, and All Day Aiden Riley. And again, love them or hate them, the Devils of War came out with a pretty strong victory in that one.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes down to it, Monstrous Mike has size advantage over a lot of people. As much as I want to dog on him, as people say, but he really showed his size advantage in that match and really carried the team.
Amanda Stout, got to see her last weekend at the Leonard Wood show. She's in the chat room saying a great time at Fort Leonard Wood, and hello, gentlemen. Well, hello to you. And a big old
yeet
to you, Miss Amanda. And then Trisha McGarry Williams also piping in saying, Big Mike, did you get Aiden's rabies shot yet? You can't have your mutt running around feral without it. Oh!
Scrappy-Doo!
Oh! But again, the Devils of War coming out, retaining those WLW Tag Team Championships. And, you know, even though I know that Tobias Storm has put out that challenge to the Devils of War, but I'm beginning to wonder if there's any team that can come in here and defeat them.
Don't know. We'll have to wait and
They
see.
are on one heck of a roll right now.
They posted pretty quickly just who's next.
Pretty much. The World League Wrestling Ladies Division Championship was on the line last weekend when Shooter Shylin came in and, you know, challenged Cameron Brennan for that championship. That match went 12 and a half minutes, and it was back and forth, and it was hard hitting. And I tell you what, Cameron Brennan has been in several matches now where her opponent is standing head and shoulders above her. And as far as size-wise
absolutely.
goes,
Size.
and she has just been holding her own against all of these ladies.
Yeah, Cameron Brennan is really showing how tough she is. I mean, she was out-strength, outsized again, but yet she was able to figure out some way to come up with the victory.
Mr. Wienerholder, put a muzzle on your garden gnome, says the astonishing one. Austin Molitalo in the Facebook chat room. Hey, before we continue on, anything in the YouTube that's going on like this? Woo!
No, YouTube's quiet right now.
YouTube
Unfortunately,
is quiet.
Get in there.
Then we move on to a co-main event. Something that we had talked about right here a couple of weeks ago with the 99 overall Chris Danger. It was Chris Danger and the WLW heavyweight champion Camaro Jackson teaming up, going against the Deliverer Moses and his partner, the NWA heavyweight champion, the Thrillbilly Silas Mason, and the NWA champion getting the pinfall over the 99 overall Chris Danger in that one. And, you know, the issues are not settled.
No.
They are not settled because, you know, first and foremost, Camaro Jackson has beef now with the NWA champion. Chris Danger doesn't want to let it go, and nor should he. Really.
Right.
There should be a one-on-one matchup here to settle things between himself and the Deliverer Moses.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that match started out very hot, and actually, Danger and Jackson had them on the ropes. They actually, you know, Moses got hit out of the ring a couple times, and you could tell that the teamwork wasn't there. But man, the Beast himself, as far as the NWA champ came in, and he started just cleaning house and taking names.
He really did.
And, you know, it was a hard-hitting match, and everybody was on the edge of their seats. But I tell you what, loudest pop was a chant for Chris Danger.
It really was. I was
mean,
kind of, surprised, but really surprised.
Right.
You know what I mean? Not to take anything away from anyone else, because everybody was getting huge pops.
Right.
And huge cheers and everything. But, you know, it rivals the final match. Because, and we'll get into that one here in a minute. But Chris Danger, he showed
that he could hang.
He did. He absolutely did. And you know, he's had what 15 matches, he
Mhm.
said when he was here in studio a couple of weeks ago. Make this one number 16. But in that tag match, I've got to say, being ringside, being the ring announcer for that night, Chris Danger showed what he has learned
Right.
from Sean Spears and from Tyler Breeze and from those 15 matches that he's been involved in.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I was giving a little beef because that Danger Blade, he needs to create it.
Yeah. Well, I'm hoping this guy comes up with some stuff off the wall, don't he? Don't he, HD? You need to count him out or something.
Sometimes I wish I could.
You can eject the fans.
You are out of here. John, I'm hoping. I'm really
I
hoping.
need to have a Taboo Tuesday or something where I can do that.
Right.
Right? I'm really hoping that this isn't. Let's say the Deliverer Moses accepts this challenge and they have
Mhm.
a one-on-one match. I'm really hoping that this isn't just a two for done.
Yeah.
I really want to see Chris Danger more in World League Wrestling. I think he's got great, awesome potential.
Mm-hmm.
I really do, and I think he's captured some championships in other places.
Right.
He could very well capture some championships right here in World League as well. So we'll see what comes out of this. Then we get to the other co-main event at Fort Leonard Wood. Now, you guys have seen New Japan matches where championships, when they are on the line, they can change hands on a pinfall, a submission, a count out, or a disqualification. Well, for this particular match, it was under Fort Leonard Wood rules, which followed pretty much the same thing as New Japan rules. This match was for the Fort Leonard Wood Championship, and it was between the astonishing one, Austin Mulitalo, and he was taking on the former NWA World Television Champion and former NWA World League Heavyweight Champion, Carson Drake, and he also had with him the manager of champions, his manager in the NWA, Mr. Aaron Stevens.
Yeah, I mean,
Ooh.
you knew Stevens was going to get involved
Ooh.
somewhere.
And it was, you talk about a hard-hitting match.
Yeah.
Man, that thing was back and forth the entire match. There was no long period of time, really, where either one kept the advantage going.
Yeah.
They were both fighting back pretty doggone hard. But Aaron Stevens, he just kept sticking his nose in and kept sticking his nose in. And at one point, the referee was a little too close to the ropes. And he was going in for that 3 count. Austin Mulitalo had Carson Drake covered for a 1, 2, 3. And just as Jay Pierce was bringing down that hand for the 3 count, Aaron Stevens yanked him right on out. Then went around the side of the ring where Patrick McKnight from the Ford dealership that was helping sponsor the event was in Austin Mulitalo's corner, grabbed the championship from him, threw it into the ring, and then both him and Carson Drake just started doing a number on the astonishing one. Just kept pounding and pounding and pounding until Trevor Murdoch, who had opened the show, was interrupted by Aaron Stevens and Carson Drake and kind of was beat down a little bit at the beginning of the show.
At the very beginning, yes.
He came out and even the score with Aaron Stevens and Carson Drake and sent them off running, and your brand new Fort Leonard Wood champion, the astonishing one, Austin Mulitalo.
Yes.
Is this an annual title defense kind of a thing?
We'll
Or-
see.
We'll find out.
We're going to find out. We will. That is a question that we're going to have to put to the boss next weekend for sure when we see him. Because I would love to see that as a yearly annual
Like a
champion.
crown jewel championship?
Kind of, sort of. And that's another question.
What?
The quest for the crown. Are we going to see that every year? from here going forward?
Who knows?
We're gonna see. We're gonna find out.
But I want to pose a question. Do you think there needs to be a third match between Drake and Mulatalo? I do, personally.
I really do. I really do because of this reason. The first match that we saw them two facing off against each other, it went to a time limit.
Correct.
We did not get a winner. This one was a disqualification. Aaron Stevens yanking the referee out
Right.
like he did. But I am sure, and if the astonishing one is still in the chat room, he can chime in on this. But I'm pretty sure that Austin Militalo wants to get a true victory over Carson Drake.
Exactly.
I mean, yeah, you can still raise your hand and say you won the championship and you won it by disqualification, but any wrestler out there will tell you they'd rather have a quote-unquote regular win than a disqualification win.
Yeah, you got to get a win that either a pinfall or submission.
So, oh, all in all, what a
But then again,
wonderful-
is Carson Drake going to have the cojones to actually accept it? I think he learned something
he
about it
accepted
too.
this last one. He accepted the last one, and if I was Carson Drake, I would feel a little slighted that I haven't gotten the win over Austin Militalo. Because he keeps saying, and the reason I say that is because he keeps saying, even in the NWA and here, that he is the most successful professional wrestler that's out there today.
Correct.
It's time to prove it.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
So, we'll see. We'll see what happens here. We will see. But all in all, what a wonderful, amazing event that we had at Fort Leonard Wood at the Davidson Fitness Center. And again, that crowd just absolutely brought it. Now, I couldn't be more prouder of those soldiers at Fort Leonard Wood.
Yep, absolutely.
All right, with all that being said, we are up against our last break here in the first hour of Uncensored Wrestling Talk. And when we come back, it's HD's turn to start chiming in because we're going to start talking about last weekend's event that he went to up in Chicago. And of course, I'm speaking about WWE's Elimination Chamber right after this.
King Scott here, and I'm with John Lang, owner of Mountaintop Motor Company. John, what are the latest sales you guys have going on? King, we don't have one. What? You're an auto dealership. You have to have some kind of sale going on.
Yeah, we're back.
No quote, unquote sale going on at our place.
It was tiring.
And you know why?
The whole weekend was
Because
like
usually our
very
sales
tiring.
promotion at other dealerships, they're BS, man. Most of the time they're
went to
robbing you
Legoland
and
on-
somewhere, and we don't play those games in Mountaintop.
He was a
We're
little
not
too
about
old for
sales, we're about
Legoland.
true
Like,
things. I like
Well, you're not
just-
too old for Legoland.
No, like,
Come in,
he
check
just
out the
edged out of,
inventory,
like,
you guys
the
will see
rides
that your
and
pricing
the
is always
attractions.
super
Like, he's
competitive.
like,
Correct.
I did
We've
it a
got
couple
so
times.
much
I think
great
I'm done.
inventory in the lot right now.
Like,
Many
you know what I mean?
vehicles starting at $15 or
Okay.
lower. And with our great prices, we're confident we can get
Just
you
you
set
and
up the
the-
right
yeah,
way.
just
You
you
heard
went
it.
up there.
Great pricing, great inventory, great people to work with, and there's a reason Mountaintop Motor Company has over 1,000.
But I'm guessing he enjoyed himself quite thoroughly at the wrestling
And go visit the
Yeah.
good guys in Troy. MountaintopMotors.com, Facebook, and Instagram.
It's too bad he didn't get to
The season's races
for
are
Jay
over.
He
Uso.
even made a
The
yeet
checkered flag is
poster.
waving.
And then Friday night we're in the hotel watching
top
SmackDown.
soybean
I'm like,
fungicide.
Oh, did you
You're
went up there on
crossing the
Friday?
finish line with
Yeah,
more
we went
bushels,
Friday.
stronger
Like,
stands,
what are they
and no
doing?
regrets.
Logan Paul's not
Don't
an
wait until the
effective
next green flag
replacement for
drops.
Jey Uso.
Run your beans full.
Well,
Not at a
really,
live,
but-
not at a live event.
Lock in Mirvis Talk with your retailer now.
Yeah, he
and
should have
start
been a
next season
replacement.
out
You're right.
front.
He
It
had,
didn't make no
outing.
sense that Jey Uso
He had a
was
good
taking
outing,
options.
but he was booed
harder.
from the second he came out to the second he left.
Yep.
He was booed while he was just standing in the chamber.
Did you not watch it?
Yeah, he was getting cussed out just standing in the chamber. I don't know if that came out on TV, but
As the hardest working, longest
Yeah.
lasting sport on the side. Drive a Pro works overtime. Beat back
I mean, I
teams,
guess they got
boost
what they
plant
wanted,
health,
but-
and preserve yield. For more bushels in the bin when it matters most. In 2026, don't wait to know. Go try
1 minute and we
Call
are
your
back
retailer
live
today.
on the
Read the
radio.
following instructions.
In fields where weeds don't back down, farmers count on Liberty Ultra Herbicide by BASF. The Liberty Lock formulation delivers stronger coverage, improved uptake, and
Wait,
20%
do
better
you
weight
have your
control.
gut?
Results
It says
Colin
4
Ryan
for
in
me.
North Central Iowa knows well.
Nothing.
The Liberty Lock formulation seems to really get down, penetrate into the weed, and the performance has been great.
That's Liberty Ultra Herbicide. Consistent, proven performance. Hear more Ultramonials at libertyultramonials.com. Always read and follow label directions.
From the Meyer
30
Ocean
seconds.
and Real Estate Weather Center, here's your updated KYRO forecast. Ample sunshine expected today with daytime highs approaching 66. Clear skies tonight, lows dip down to about 45. Daytime highs approaching 77 tomorrow, bright sunshine expected. Currently 44. That's the latest from News Radio KYRO. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki.
Wojcicki. Let's go ahead and make those mics go live.
I don't like the new weather video already.
What do you mean you don't like the new weather lady? I love her. She's awesome.
Oh,
Although, she's kind of wrong. Because right now outside, it is 50 degrees and it feels like it's 55.
You can tell a 5 degree. You can tell a 5 degree difference.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely you can.
Sarge the barometer.
Absolutely you can.
Thermometer. It's a pretty nice thermometer. That's a Seinfeld reference.
That page is done. That page is done. Let's jump over to Elimination Chamber from last weekend. Before we really jump into any of the actual matches, I want to talk about something since you were there, HD Daniels. Now, reports were saying that this particular person was booed very, very heavily.
Uh-huh.
And it's not who you think I'm going with right now, Superfan. Making his surprise entrance from the crate,
The box.
from the big box,
Mhm.
from the big wooden box, none other than Danhausen.
Yes.
Danhausen is now in the WWE, and as I said, rumors were that, yeah, and it didn't really come across for me. I couldn't really hear too well, or maybe they were blocking it and piping some other things
Sure.
in on the TV feed. But rumor is that the crowd was not very happy
No.
about Danhausen being there, and he was being booed quite loudly.
He was being booed the entire time and afterwards. After his performance or whatever and the...
Which wasn't much of a performance.
You call
So-
that a performance?
Well, was. Danhausen does his thing. He comes out. People are like, literally like, WTF. I mean, to be honest, we paid a lot of money to be there. Every single one of
Sure.
us. And I've seen backlash like, Danhausen's great. Danhausen's so funny. Danhausen's going to be great. He fits well in WWE. That all may be true. We'll see where that goes. But being live for a debut that you paid a lot of money for to get that was extremely disappointing, underwhelming. And then, yeah, when the lights went dark again, it was straight up booze. Just, what have you done to us? you like inflicted this on us.
So my question also is, when the lights went out, I saw this on a fan's video version. I don't know if you saw this.
I
or
have a
not,
fan
but
video I could post.
Do it. When the lights went down after he and his ladies were in the ring, they all slid out of the ring and went underneath the ring.
I could not see that. Mm-mm.
And
They
then
stayed there all night?
And then the lights almost immediately came back up as soon as they all got underneath the ring, right?
It was.
And that's my question is did they stay underneath that ring the rest of the night and waited until everybody was gone? Or is there a trap door up underneath there?
I could not answer that question. I just thought they ran to the back. I cannot answer that. That's crazy.
It is crazy. It is crazy.
Danhausen under the ring with 7 women?
There has been a special request made in the chat room, and I will happily do this. One of our listeners and viewers, we've met her at World League Wrestling. Miss Lainey Kate.
She's in YouTube too. She's in 2 different places.
She's in 2 places. That's very awesome. Lainey Kate's birthday apparently is today.
Well,
so happy birthday, Lainey
birthday.
Kate, from all of us here at Uncensored Wrestling Talk. We appreciate you, and we can't wait to see you again at the Race Wrestling Arena. And the invitation is there still when you come up for another show. Yourself and your husband, Stephen Ness, who's in the Facebook chat room, you're more than welcome to come and join us here on the show.
Absolutely.
Live in the studio. Trisha McGarry Williams says, let's all take a moment and say great job to Jay Pierce for his refereeing at Fort Leonard Wood. That was one heck of an event to jump into, and having to do the entire show. I would not want to have been in his place, and she's absolutely right. He did end up having to do
Is my job in
the
jeopardy?
entire show. No.
Wow.
No.
As much as we love Jay. No.
No. You know,
Dang, you could have like played it up a little.
and you know, it was something that
you
he
might want to think about.
that he was thrust into pretty much at the last moment. And, you know, is there things that he can improve upon? Absolutely. I mean, who of us is 100% perfect? None of us. So, H.G. Daniels over here for you on the radio listening. He just raised his hand. But, I mean, all in all, I thought Jay did pretty well.
Yeah.
I thought he did okay
He
for
held
his
his own.
very first night ever.
Mm-hmm.
And not only first night ever, but having to ref the entire show, and then also getting dragged out of the ring by the manager of Champions, Aaron Stevens himself, and still having the wherewithal to call a disqualification on it, and giving the championship to Austin Militalo. So, you know, kudos to Jay Pierce.
Absolutely.
Kudos to Jay Pierce. But again, happy birthday to Lainey Kate Ness. That's awesome. So Danhausen was booed pretty
He was,
heavily in
and-
Chicago.
I'm not saying that the aftermath, like what he did on Raw, what he did on SmackDown, was mildly funny.
I didn't care for it.
I didn't really care for it either, but
It's
it's
like the same stick.
well, that's what
Well,
they
that's
hired him
Danhausen.
for.
Yeah.
But it just was so mundane that it was one of those things did we really need this?
Yeah.
Was it necessary?
Well,
and
no.
for me, the answer is not
What do
only a
you want him
no,
to
but
do?
a big fat no.
What did you want him to do? Like what after? What did it? Let me.
So-
I'm like rephrasing my question as it's coming out. If Danhausen was announced as signed to WWE, what did you want?
Here's an idea for you. Let me run this by you and see what you think. You've got a match between CM Punk and Finn Balor at the Elimination Chamber. We'll get into who won, who lost here in just a little bit. But you could have Danhausen, since Danhausen and CM Punk are really good friends, right? And heck, you don't even need to use that as part of the storyline. You could have him come down during that match. That crate gets rolled out to the stage. The crate pops open like it did, right? And out steps Danhausen. He comes flying down to the ring, distracting Finn Balor, doing something to Finn Balor, where Finn Balor loses. Finn Balor gets so angry about it that he challenges Danhausen to a match, but it's not as Finn Balor, it's as the Demon.
So-
and now we've got the Demon versus very evil, very nice Danhausen.
We talked about that 2 weeks ago, and it's not that it's either better or worse, but that would put heel heat on CM Punk.
Not necessarily.
But
As long as he didn't touch
Well-
him. I mean, all he had to do is, you're cursed.
I mean, I guess, but we were going to get into this later. I think CM Punk's a straight up heel now, straight up. But so is Roman. But we'll get there.
Yeah, it kind of feels like a heel versus heel match coming up.
Which
But
is-
yeah, we will
which
get
is dumb.
there. Let's talk about what opened up the show, though. Rhea Ripley, Tiffany Stratton, Alexa Bliss, Asuka, Kiana James, and Raquel Rodriguez in the Women's Elimination Chamber. And let's see here. We had Asuka, we had Alexa Bliss, we had Rhea Ripley and Raquel Rodriguez all getting put into the pods, where it was Kiana James starting off against Tiffany Stratton. And the majority of us, when we made our predictions a couple weeks ago, thought that Tiffany Stratton was going to pull off this win.
So I was going to say we should have had a SmackDown recap show, because I think it was pretty telegraphed that after Rhea lost her tag title, she was going to win the Chamber.
I still didn't think
Really?
that way.
Okay.
I still really didn't feel that way. I really still felt and stayed with my pick of Tiffany Stratton, because I really thought that that's the line that they were going with, where it was going to be Tiffany Stratton and Jade Cargill going one-on-one at WrestleMania 42. But that is not what happened. It came down to Rhea Ripley and Tiffany Stratton, but it was actually Rhea Ripley who's more of a quote-unquote Raw superstar than she is on SmackDown. Now, they were floating back and
The
forth.
Rumble and the Chamber don't matter. You can switch if you win one of those. I'll give it to them.
This is the first time in a very, very long time that you've had a woman from Raw challenging a woman from SmackDown for her championship.
Well, she had to, because the Royal Rumble winner gets the pick.
Sure.
So she
And
had to.
Liv Morgan did pick Stephanie Vicur. But
Do you
with
know
that
the
being said, that's another reason why I really thought that Tiffany Stratton, being with SmackDown, was going to come out the victor.
I have
now.
a trivia question. Who was the first person to do this?
The very first
to
person
win, I'll win the Royal Rumble and switch brands.
Ooh, and to switch brands? Because Liv Morgan's still on Raw and she didn't
I'm not
switch
talking about
brands.
women. I'm talking about in general.
But the first person to win Royal Rumble,
So they win the Royal Rumble, right? And then they make
And
their
they-
decision on what, like.
they're on one show and they pick the other show.
So it actually, I'll caveat it even more. It wasn't even a decision. He had to do this. This person, who was a male, he had to leave the certain show and go pick the other person.
Golly, super fan? What do you think over there? He's staring off in the
I'm rolling
really hard.
It was Chris Benoit.
Was it really?
Because Chris Benoit was banned from challenging the SmackDown title at that time. Like, he had a last chance.
I forgot about that.
And so he won the Rumble, and he had to go to Raw to challenge the world title.
That's right.
And at that time, I was like, that's really clever. Like, he won the Rumble, and now he gets to go to Raw.
And wasn't that match where he won the championship a triple threat?
Because
at WrestleMania 20?
another really cool moment, like 2004, other than we're talking about Benoit, was a really cool year of wrestling, because during the contract signing of Chris Benoit versus Triple H, Shawn Michaels comes out and knocks out Benoit, so he can't sign the contract, and he signs his name. We just did that really recently, but it was a total copy of what they did in 04.
And we have gotten completely sidetracked here from what we were first
It was
talking
really
about.
cool, but yeah, anyway, go back.
But yeah, that's very, very cool. That's very cool. Rhea Ripley getting the pinfall on Tiffany Stratton, which means now at WrestleMania 42, it will be Rhea Ripley taking on Jade Cargill for the WWE Women's Championship.
Chicago liked that ending. They were very happy, including myself, that Rhea Ripley won.
But it would have made more sense, I think, for Tiffany Stratton.
There's something in the air about it doesn't matter what makes sense right now. We are making blockbuster matches.
Well, you know what? I've got bad news. I've got some bad news for those fans up in Chicago that were cheering so loudly. I got bad news for yourself, who is a major Rhea Ripley fan, and all the fans for Rhea Ripley around the country and around the globe for that matter. Rhea Ripley is not going to beat Jade Cargill at WrestleMania 42.
If she doesn't, that's still okay. Rhea versus Jade is a bigger match than Tiffany. It's just the name value.
Again, I don't agree. Because Tiffany Stratton,
Rhea
in her
Ripley-
first year on the main roster, had one of the best first years
That's fine.
a woman has had.
Rhea Ripley has entered pop culture. Tiffany has not.
Ooh.
I'm not like downplaying Tiffany Stratton, but
Ooh.
Rhea Ripley has like surpassed the WWE mainstream.
H.D. Daniels, in his own words right there, superfan, just told you to take Tiffy time and stick it.
I know he did. Well, I'm not going to get off the Tiffy train.
You can stay on the train. It'll get there eventually.
Probably quicker than
However, Rhea and Jade had one of the worst promos of the
Yeah.
year on SmackDown. It was awful.
It was
Yeah.
terrible.
you think. Yeah.
It was terrible. I literally had my head in my hands going, what the heck is
Yeah.
going on here? It's terrible.
Yeah, that was bad.
But you know, I do think that Jade Cargill's going to come out the winner in that one. And it is then going to, she hasn't come back quite yet, but I think we're going to see her back very, very soon. And it's going to set up a feud between Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair. And I think we're going to get that particular match at SummerSlam. The big.
You've been
big
hoping
one.
for it.
I have been. I think
See,
that's
I'm
going to be
kind
a
of on
really
the different
great feud.
boat. I think Jade is going to lose because of Bianca Belair. And Rhea wins. At
I don't think
WrestleMania.
so. I
don't know.
I think it's going to
either.
be a clean match. I think Jade Cargill gets the win. Not easily.
It's because their arms are bigger.
Could be. Could be. And we've got about 30 seconds here before the top of the hour and the top of the hour news. But when we come back for hour number 2, we're going to continue on talking about the WWE's Elimination Chamber from last week. Also some stuff that happened during the week that are now setting things up for WrestleMania 42. He is the superfan, the Nematode Nelly. Tim Williams, he's our resident referee. Mr. 1, 2, 3, Yeet. HD Daniels, I am Sarge, and we'll see you in about 6 minutes.
Fox News, I'm Roger Stern, week 2 of the...
There we go. All right.
Yep.
6 minutes on break.
People on the ground in the
5 minutes and 50
capital
seconds.
describing it as raining oil as these droplets that were taken into the
Or you
sky
can just
started to
upload
rain
that
down
right
on the city below.
It's the easiest
Prime
way.
Minister Benjamin Netanyahu
Yeah, but
says
now
these
it's
strikes
playing
will
on.
continue.
Yeah, but
Fox is trying to Houston.
There we
Is
go.
that better?
Yeah, it's a little bit better. I'm not trying to ruin the station.
So what was little HD's reaction to the women's event?
He was happy that Rhea won. He liked most of the women in there. When Raquel did the whole spear through the glass thing, that was fun.
It looked like that got a big pop.
It did. It was like, oh, it was one of those pops. Like,
Right.
oh, it was fun.
Yeah, unfortunately, whenever Tiffy was the last one to come out, I was like, no. I don't think they've even had somebody go wire to wire, start the elimination and actually win it.
Ever?
I don't think
Or a
they have.
woman? I would not
I don't
know.
think male or female. I don't think anybody of the starting two have made it to win it.
I'd have to look
Yeah.
at it. I wonder if Google knows. Has anyone started?
And one.
Here, let's voice it. Has anyone ever started entrant 1 or 2 in Elimination Chamber and won? Yes, wrestlers have started as entrant 1 or 2 and won the Elimination Chamber. Through 2019, at least 4 individual superstars and 1 tag team have accomplished this feat. Triple H in 2003 and 5, Edge, John Cena.
Did John Cena start last year?
It said 2010 for John Cena. Only 3 times in history have the same 2 entrants who started the match between the final 2. Oh, okay. Batista lost, I guess. He started and lost. Rey Mysterio started and lost. Mandy Rose, Sonya Deville, and Sasha Banks and Bailey. Was that a tag team elimination chamber in 2019?
Now that it kind of rings a bell, that because they were talking about trying to get 2 people in a pod.
Let's see. Let's do this. Has there ever been a tag team elimination chamber? Yes, there have been multiple tag team elimination chamber matches in history. First occurred in 2015 for the tag team championship, followed by an historic match in 2019 where Sasha Banks and Bailey became the inaugural women's tag. That was the very first tag. I didn't know that.
Right.
Didn't.
I
Okay.
bet Little HD knew all the answers.
He might have. He's good with that stuff. Can't remember his English homework, but he can remember that. Sarge, has there ever been a tag team elimination chamber match?
I believe so.
Yeah, there's been multiple.
It's been a while though. That would be cool to have another one.
They need something to reinvigorate
Well,
the tag.
it's become. I don't mind that it's become like the Rumble.
2 minutes.
Like every year we get the Rumble, you get a multi-man match at the Rumble, and then you get the Chamber. But there is something missing from the Chamber. I don't know, like, it's lackluster because it's just a number 1 contender match. I'm not sure, but maybe they need a different number 1 contender style match.
For the second
or
one,
maybe a tag team chamber match where the tag team champions are actually in the chamber match themselves, and it's for the championship, whether it be men's or women's.
I like the fact that you have the Rumble, and now you need another number 1 contender match. I don't mind that at all, but there's something about the Chamber that's not quite good enough for that concept. I don't know what it could be, but maybe a tournament, a quick tournament. I'm not sure, but I was actually thinking that it would be cool. I don't know what match would have I guess it would have been the Judgment Day and CM Punk. Finn and CM Punk. It would have been cool if Finn would have been like, I want the Judgment Day out of my match. We're gonna have a singles match in the Chamber. That would have been awesome. I thought.
right.
I thought it was right there,
The World Baseball Classic. Team
Make it
USA.
happen.
Right.
2-0 with a 9-1 victory over Great Britain. The Oklahoma
No, I
City Thunder
agree
became
that
the
I
first
think
team in the
to
NBA
find out, you got the
51
Royal Rumble winner who can choose whoever champion.
victory.
I think there needs to be something different to get
From
the
the
other.
Meyer
Right.
Auction and Real
I
Estate
don't know what it is.
Center,
Right.
But the
here's
Chamber
your
should be a
updated
championship match. It's this
PYRO
huge
forecast.
structure that
Right.
Ample
needs
sunshine
something else.
expected this
Needs
afternoon
something.
with daytime highs approaching
Tag team would be
66. Lows
There'd
dipped
be a
out to
lot of
about
people in there.
45 tonight. Clear skies.
But they don't
High
care
of
about tag team.
77.
Yeah.
Tomorrow,
10
light sunshine
seconds.
expected. Right now, it's 50 degrees. That's the latest from
getting
News
better.
Radio KYRO. I'm meteorologist Jennifer.
Mics are going
Fucci.
live.
I missed Jeff.
Well, welcome
Can't
back.
remember her name. No, I know,
Uncensored
but-
Wrestling Talk is back. We are live inside the Gateway Fiber studio of News Radio 105.3 FM, 1280 AM KYRO. Of course, we are also live on our streams, Facebook page, the Uncensored Wrestling Talk Facebook page. You can join us there with your comments and your questions. Also, we are on YouTube now as well, on the Uncensored Wrestling Talk channel. And again, in there, you can also chit-chat with us in that one. H.C. Daniels, we're on X.
At UW Talk KYRO. I need to post.
Superfan, we are on Discord as well.
Yes, Uncensored Wrestling Talk Show.
There you go, every day that ends in Y. One or all of us, or two of us, or a combination of said will be in that room, and you can chit-chat with us anytime. We will see your comments and respond accordingly. And we do appreciate everybody that joins us in those as well. You know, over the last month and a half or so, H.G. Daniels has been hard at work on our YouTube channel.
Absolutely.
And he has put up a lot of our older shows, I should say, archives of the Uncensored Wrestling Talk show. So you can go back and see a whole bunch of different things. We've had so many awesome guests in this studio. The Wild Man himself, Jeff Wild. The Astonishing One, Austin Molitalo. Chris Danger, the 99 overall. Big Mike Maverick, the monstrous one himself. Even your arch nemesis all day, Aiden Riley, has been in here several times as well. So you can go and check all of those out that you have not gotten to see. Including, there was one from quite a long time ago, actually. It was just before the 25th year anniversary show when we had the NWA Manager of Champions, Aaron Stevens, and Trevor Murdoch, the former NWA two-time heavyweight champion and former World Tag Team champions, and also WWE Tag Team champion. Mm-hmm. You can see that show, that afternoon show that we did right here. You were here for that one.
Yep.
As well, Superfan. Excuse me. But right now we gotta get back to what we were talking about, which is the Elimination Chamber. And before we move away from the women's from the women's chamber match, I should say, I want to bring something else up real quick that I don't think she's gotten really enough kudos for this. I don't think she's gotten her just desserts yet. Young lady beat Charlotte and Nia Jax just to get into the chamber. She also got the very first elimination in the chamber match when she pinned Alexa Bliss. And, you know, I'm speaking of Kiana James. What a showing she's had over the last 2 months or so. Mm-hmm. She has just been killing it.
She needs to get away from the Julia, do her own thing.
You know, that's a pretty good combo duo, though.
What are they doing? I never digged it from day one. I thought it was an odd pairing. They just put Kiana with Julia for the talking point.
Well, yeah. Julia has the Women's U.S. Championship right now, but at the same time, you know, I think that Kiana James has had a better showing than Julia over the last 2 months.
Of course.
Yeah.
Anyone
and
has. Julia's not doing anything.
Kiana James really kind of surprised me. You watched her in NXT. She really didn't
do a whole lot.
And then you come to the main roster and you're killing it.
Which tells me that they were underutilizing her in NXT. That's my opinion anyway. What do you guys think?
I guess you could say underutilized, but maybe NXT is not a place for everyone, and we can get into that if you want to talk about Vengeance Day, but maybe it was just not her place to shine like the main roster is.
Yeah, we'll definitely talk about NXT and the Vengeance Day from last night and everything. As soon as we get done with Elimination Chamber. But let's move on here. The WWE Women's Intercontinental Championship was on the line. Becky Lynch defending that championship against AJ Lee. And did you really think that AJ Lee wasn't going to come out the winner in this one?
Someone in this room did.
Someone did.
Someone in this room did.
Well, let me look back.
I think I was perfect.
Myself?
Where I didn't get anything right.
Our resident referee, Mr. 123 Yeet, HD Daniels, we both said that AJ Lee was going to win this match and come out as the new champion. And by golly, we were 100% correct.
When Becky got out the chair, I was like, oh, we might be continuing this, which, whatever. But they like surprised me, but didn't surprise me because the outcome was predictable. I thought Becky was going to steal the win.
Another quick side note here before we continue on. I said who we were going to have next weekend as special guest here in the studio. the following weekend, when you are back, superfan, in studio with us will be the monstrous one himself, Big Mike Maverick, and we could possibly have his tag team partner, All Day Aiden Riley, sitting in the studio as well. You better watch your P's and Q's.
Scooby and Scrappy Doo.
You better watch your P's and Q's, my man. Poking that bear. Just poking the bear. But what did you think of that actual match itself between AJ Lee and Becky Lynch?
I think it was a match that you could tell AJ needed she needed a good ring general, and Becky is that person because AJ's still not quite back at full power yet. And Becky did a great job of keeping AJ over the entire time. Keeping the fans against her and behind AJ. She did a really good job.
I mean, this was only her, third total match since she's come back, and one of them being a tag match with her husband, CM Punk, against Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch. I was really surprised, to be quite honest, with the amount. I hate to say it like this, I really do, but it's what comes to mind when I was watching it. I was really surprised at how much ring rust there was.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, before she came back to the WWE, she was pretty well involved with Women of Wrestling. Wow. And, and I gotta think that she was in there training with the girls there at WOW. I gotta think that before she started back at WWE with her husband and these two matches that she's had with Becky Lynch now, that she's been doing some training and, this and that to get herself ready and ring ready and all that kind of thing. But my golly, it seems like there wasn't much of anything, really.
Oh, so you're disappointed.
I'm disappointed.
Okay.
I am. I ain't gonna lie. It should have been I'm not saying the match was bad. I'm not saying that. But I think that if the ceiling is the limit, right? It was about halfway up the wall.
Interesting.
It should have been a lot better.
Did she do better than Maxine?
Ooh.
Because they've set the bar there.
I mean, with Maxine, she really stepped things up.
Yes, but is she Intercontinental Championship worthy?
I'm going to say yeah.
Really?
I am because
I'd
of
say
the
no.
improvement. Because of the improvement that she showed was night and day where she was before she stepped in with Becky Lynch.
Does improvement mean championship quality? There's so many other people.
Who are you going to throw in there, though?
I mean, if we're just talking not storyline-wise, just people that are good enough to be that champion, Natty Neidhart, number one, straight at the top.
Yeah.
You got
Can't disagree.
Ivy Nile, Lyra Valkyria, Bailey, straight at the top. There are a lot of women on that roster. Raquel Rodriguez, straight to the top.
I can't completely disagree with you on it. I'm not
Roxanne
saying
Perez.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that other people aren't other women aren't more worthy of it. But you're saying was she championship worthy?
Maxine was not.
And
But
again,
you're saying
Maxine was storyline worthy.
Maxine was storyline worthy, but
Maxine
you're sitting
Dupree's story was compelling, and she has gotten 1,000% better over the time that she was quote unquote training with Chad Gable.
Right. So you're saying, I'm going to circle back. Did Maxine perform better than AJ did?
I'm going to say yes.
Interesting.
I am
Okay.
going to say 100% yes.
All right. Okay.
And that is for the simple fact that there was just so much rust being shown.
So you're saying
Becky
AJ
Lynch-
won just
Hey,
because her name's
let's-
AJ Lee.
Let's call a spade a
She's
spade
box
here.
office.
Let's call a spade here. Even during that championship match between AJ Lee and Becky Lynch carried her.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
the entirety of that match.
Becky Lynch has been doing that for like 2 straight years.
Granted, but you would think with the name of AJ Lee and her coming back after a 10-year hiatus, just like her husband did, and CM Punk has been killing it. He's been doing pretty damn good.
When he came back, it was a little rusty in the AEW.
But he shook it off. He shook it off pretty quickly, though. He shook it off pretty quickly.
So Chicago claims to be behind AJ Lee, but their pops for AJ were very subtle.
Really?
Yeah, it was not like...
Because it came across on the TV side that they just totally popped hard.
I told Lil HD, I was like, cover your ears, it's going to be loud. And it was like, well, that wasn't loud at all.
It's interesting. It's interesting who... So who do we see AJ Lee going up against for her first defense of that championship?
The very first defense will be someone throwaway, like an Ivy Nile.
Right.
Or...
Now, see, that's funny that you just said that, because
in their eyes,
you said Ivy Nile is championship worthy.
She is. She can wrestle. She's, the workhorse of the division, but not to WWE. She is a throwaway talent.
Wow.
Am I wrong? She's the good hand.
See, I don't look at it as being a throwaway.
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about Paul. And
you just asked me. You just asked me, darn it.
In your opinion, what do they see Ivy Nile as?
The little engine that could.
The one that they can throw out there only every once in a while. Because how many times have we seen her in the ring doing anything?
She's online.
Over the last 4 months.
She's online with Jordan Grace working out more than she is on TV.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. My point. So with that being said, she hasn't been on TV really. She hasn't done much of anything.
So there's someone like her.
Does she deserve a shot at the championship? That's why I said also that Maxine Dupree should have gotten that shot before Ivy Nile like that, because of the fact that we were seeing Maxine Dupree all the time.
So what do we do after we get a new champion? It doesn't matter if it's AJ Lee. Right. It doesn't matter if it's John Cena. Who do we get? We get a throwaway match for a few weeks. Every week.
And I don't know about you guys, but I'm kind of tired of that.
Oh yeah, I'm sick of it.
I think what they're going to do is put Natty up against her. Maybe Natty's going to lose, like she always does.
Yeah.
Instead of because Natty also could help carry her in the ring.
You know what? Let me ask you a question about this.
I hate it, Daniel. Well, I hate it. Whatever the question is.
Natalia, Natty, as she's going by now. Natty Neidhart. Are you upset over the fact that she has not been given the opportunity to win championship gold as often as some of these other ladies?
100%. I thought that when, the announcement of we have a women's intercontinental championship, they might as well put Natty Neidhart's face right on the title. This is a Hart family championship. This is a workhorse title. All of her relatives have held this title. This is Natty's title. And they give it to Lyra. And I hated Lyra's first run as champion. It was so boring and so nothing. And wow. It's like, why didn't you give this to Natty? Dang it. I was so upset.
Superman, what do you think? What's your thoughts on this one?
Again, my thought is Natty should have it, but they're never going to do it. Just right now, WWE creativity and their ideas of what they're doing, it's mind-boggling. They don't know who they want to put the bus behind. They don't know what they want to do. And all they do is they start throwing stuff at everybody. And the people that deserve it get left out.
Maybe now that Road Dogg's gone, we'll get better writing.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that here in just a little bit.
I disagree with that.
Road Dogg was terrible. He was an awful.
I am extremely ticked off. I'm extremely ticked off that Natty is not a multi-time
I know, right?
women's champion.
I don't know what
have they, man, it's like you talk about throwaways. Mm-hmm. It seems like Natty to them has been a throwaway.
She's like Natty.
She's like your Dolph Ziggler.
I was just gonna say Dolph Ziggler, but worse, because there's a period of time where like, oh, it's his Dolph match. It's gonna be a fun match, but it's gonna waste all of our time. Natty is even worse than that. It's just like a guaranteed, not even that entertaining because of what they do to her.
I mean, she did beat up Maxine Dupree pretty good.
After she tapped to Maxine in that video package.
Right.
Like,
But how could that tap just turn a switch in Natty?
oh, I hate it. I
Well,
hate what they're
I
doing to
mean-
Natty. Hate it.
The snap happens because Natty has not been treated well. She's fed up with it. And I can't say that I blame her.
No,
I can't say that I blame her. Go in there and beat the heck out of them all.
but they've even sent her down to NXT and she still loses.
Poor Natty.
I would not mind if they made her NXT champion. Just to like put a little bit of momentum behind her. But,
Something.
Mhm.
Do something for the woman. I mean, I thought, staying with this Natty thing just for a moment longer, because, we do have a break coming up here in just a few moments, but they had her down in AAA for 3, 4, 5 months or so.
Oh, God, that
And
was-
she was winning her matches down there and decisively and putting in some great matches and beating women that you would have been like, well, she's going in there to showcase these other ladies and coming out actually as the showcase, which I think that's the right move, right? But then maybe I missed it. Did she not get a chance for the Reina de Reinas championship?
She did, and she lost
Ah.
months ago, and she should have dominated. She should have
Ah.
destroyed the competition.
That's
she did
even
not.
sadder.
Mhm.
Good Lord. What are you doing, WWE?
When she went to AAA, I was like, maybe this is it. Maybe this
Maybe
is
this
where we
is the
get
opportunity
the
here.
BA Natty. Just
See, I thought when she showed up at the NWA event last,
I did too.
I thought
Yeah.
this is she's finally had enough of the
Mhm.
bad bookings and would stay away from WWE and start running some indies and just kill it for a
How
while.
thrilling would it have been if Natalya, a WWE contracted wrestler, would have won the NWA Women's Heavyweight Championship?
I don't see how Corgan or anybody there would have thought that would have been a bad idea.
It would have been an awesome idea. And then she comes back on WWE TV with the Burke,
Mhm.
and that showcases the NWA even more.
They've done no good things with Natalia across the board.
Oh, it just makes you scratch your head and go, "What the heck are y'all doing?"
It's laughable. It's so bad.
Natty is a badass.
Mhm.
I didn't know if I could say that.
I just said it.
I guess you could say that.
She's a badass, and she hasn't been treated as such.
No.
Practically her entire career.
It's pretty
And
criminal.
it ain't wrong. And it ain't
Yeah.
right. It's wrong.
I can't think of a memorable Natty Neidhart championship match, even when she won or defended.
I'm trying to remember when she won the SmackDown Women's Championship the one time. Who did she beat for that?
Couldn't tell you.
And that's what I mean.
The match that
It's-
sticks out to me as like the Natty Neidhart match was when she tagged with Beth Phoenix, but I can't tell you who she fought.
Yeah, that was a pretty formidable duo right there. Ooh.
That was at WrestleMania, but I can't tell you who they fought against.
All right, we are well past.
So Michelle McCool and
I don't know.
And
Was it
Layla?
Layla? Yeah.
Could have been.
Could have been. It could have been. It could very well.
Google
have been.
AI, let's go.
Well, with that being said, we are well past our first break for this second hour of Uncensored Wrestling Talk. We are going to go ahead and take that break. But remember, the first break of each hour is only 59 seconds long, and we're going to take it right now.
Hi, BJ Walters here. Join
The
us for
Divas of
News Radio
Doom.
KYRO
The Divas
Sports
of
Live
Doom.
from the
Which
Old Monroe
were
Lumber Company at
just a
CM79
badass
in Old
team.
Natty and
Monroe,
Phoenix.
online
Natty and
at
Phoenix
lumber.com,
completed in a
on
fatal
your home
four-way
for
for
Blues,
the Women's
Mizzou,
Tag
NASCAR,
Championship at
News Radio,
WrestleMania
KYRO.
35
Menards 11%
against
rebate
the
is
Boss
here.
and
From
Hug
Hydro
Connection,
Doors to Florida.
Sasha Banks and Bailey.
The big
Nia Jax,
From making
Tamina,
projects today.
Which was a badass combo, too.
and the Iconics.
Space of your dreams. Save big take on any project.
And they won the
or
tag team
Currently
championships in
with
that one,
Sporting 11
right?
is rebate
The
on
Iconics
everything.
win.
Mail-in rebate is a merchandise credit.
Or maybe it was the
Point of sale
Iconics that
discount
won.
redeemable on future
I can't
retail
remember
purchases
now.
only. Not on future purchases on menards.com.
20 seconds.
Who won?
Who was the tall guy that had the championship belt?
The Iconics. Wait.
On Main Street.
The Iconics
Wood,
won.
Sarge?
Say that again?
Who's the really tall guy with the ball cap and the belt?
203 Main Street
At
in Winfield.
Fort Leonard Wood.
636-358-0992.
We are back live in the Gateway Fiber studio of News Radio 105.3 FM, 1280 AM, KYRO, of course, also on our Facebook and YouTube streams as well. Superfan, you were asking me a question during the break here, just right before we came back live, because that break is only 59 seconds
Right.
long. Well, go ahead and
So-
ask that question.
At Fort Leonard Wood, the
Mhm.
question is, there was a guy that had a ball cap and he was carrying a belt around and letting everybody hold it.
A fan?
No, but I thought I could have
Was
sworn
it a fan?
Well, he was in the he was in the fans,
He's an
yes.
employee of the Fort.
But I didn't know if he was from NWA or somebody else. Really tall.
I did not see him.
Okay.
I didn't see who that was.
Way to put him over.
Right.
Sorry. I'll say this. It wasn't anybody that we knew.
Okay.
It wasn't anybody that was associated with us. And I dare say nobody associated with the NWA as well.
Okay.
It was probably just a fan letting people hold his belt that
Okay.
he had bought.
Okay.
So, anyway, back to what we were talking about.
That was good radio right there.
It was real good.
That's what I was trying to do.
The monstrous one, Mike Maverick in the Facebook chat saying, let's forget, or maybe he should put, let's not forget, that they gave, and do you, and I want to know if you guys remember this or not. I'm having a hard time remembering this one. Let's not forget that they gave Natty a farting gimmick.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
I don't remember when,
But
but
isn't
they
that
did.
whenever she supposedly did something in her tights?
I don't remember this. I really don't remember this.
But that was back right at the end of whenever they were doing the spinoff with the Divas thing.
Total Divas?
Total Divas,
It
yeah.
might have been. I really don't remember.
Because they were
Who
talking about
remembers?
things that happened
It
during
was-
a match.
Apparently, it's one of those things that needed to be forgotten.
Right.
Thanks a lot, Big Mike. All right, so we'll get off the Natty soap train here for a while.
Early 2012. That's a deep cut.
Early 2012 with the Natty fart gimmick.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay. 14 years ago. The World Heavyweight Championship on the line as CM Punk defended that championship against Finn Balor. And to be quite honest, I was really hoping that for a surprise factor, that Finn Balor would have came out as the demon.
I'm not going to tell you that us in the audience didn't have a good time because of the whole Michael Jordan entrance from CM Punk and the party that was the CM Punk victory and entrance. But that match was a 100% complete waste of time of everyone involved. I have no idea why it even existed. Just for CM
Just
Punk.
to finish the story, I guess.
The story was finished. It was
Yeah.
we need to have CM Punk in a match in Chicago. Let's just do nothing. It meant nothing.
All it was for was a pop from the crowd.
Mhm.
That was it.
I was thinking Roman Reigns was going to come out. But obviously he wasn't even there.
People around me were like, "Where the heck is Dominic? Like we've done this long enough. When is Dominic going to come out and cause Finn to lose, whether by accident or on purpose?" Nothing happened.
I don't know if you can see it on your end over here, Superfan, on in the chat. I seen it pop up and it's no longer there, but I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Mama Bear Sherry Harley was saying that question that you were asking about. That person was with FLW,
Okay.
or whatever FLW is. I don't know. I'm not sure. So there you go.
Okay.
Thank you, Miss Mama Bear. I appreciate that. But it was just that's where I would have rather have seen the Danhausen situation showing up, him coming down, and he could have just did the "you're cursed" thing, right, at Finn Balor, and it distracts Finn Balor just for a few mere moments. He turns around, gets kicked in the gut, and then up onto the shoulders of CM Punk, GTS 1, 2, 3. And now we've got a little bit of a feud between Danhausen and Finn Balor, and Finn Balor brings out the demon to go after Danhausen. I think that would have been pretty compelling.
Did you like the fact that it was a good championship match?
Was it a good championship match?
It was okay. It was all right.
It was a run of the mill.
You know, anymore, when somebody says it was an okay match, if it's for a championship, an okay match ain't cutting it.
You expect excellence.
Exactly.
Well, CM Punk ain't going to be giving you that anytime soon. He's past his prime. I'm not saying he's bad. I'm not going there, but he is not what we would want out of a championship match. But neither is Roman Reigns and never has been.
Yeah, she did just confirm that as well.
Thank you.
Bear. Yeah. So we're going to get WrestleMania 42, CM Punk versus Roman Reigns. For sure, 100% now. With CM Punk as the champion and what's been going on with him as the champion, do you almost kind of want to see Roman Reigns defeat him for the championship?
So if we're going to go there now, I flat out, if you're looking at me, I'm going to answer.
I'm answering. I'm asking you.
I don't care.
Yeah.
Roman and Punk are two heels talking about dead dads. There's nothing.
Man, that was rough.
There's nothing endearing about anything they're talking about that is making us not. I don't care about either one of these two right now. I don't care.
Yeah.
And no, I don't really want Roman to win. I don't want to go through another boring Roman title reign where he's not on TV. I guess I prefer CM Punk to win, just the fact that the champion will be on TV.
Regardless if you love him or hate him or like his work or don't like his work, at least CM Punk is there every single week.
Yes.
Yeah.
Every single Monday. Every single pay-per-view.
I feel like Punk kind of needs the win, but what does Superfan think?
No, I mean, this could end in a no contest, and I'll be like, thank God it's over with. Because, again, I don't like Roman Reigns.
There's nothing to root for in this.
And the CM Punk, he has just too many instant rivals that they go 3 or 4 matches back and forth. One and done. Go.
And it all has to do with him leaving and abandoning 12 years ago.
Right. That's a dead story now. He's back.
It's been dead for the last 5 years.
Right.
Honestly, since he came back to AEW.
Right. As soon as they stepped foot in the wrestling ring in AEW, that story was dead. Quit bringing it up.
I mean, it's okay for the first month or two when he first came in.
Yeah, it's
because he'd been gone from WWE for 10 years at that time.
But now he's been wrestling one for 2 or 3 years.
But now we're going to revisit that story again?
No.
Why?
And somehow Roman Reigns is like part of management that allowed Punk to come back.
Yeah.
This is just
bad writing.
Who do you think they asked if you could come back or not? It was me.
See, I was the one that got you a WrestleMania main event. It was me.
It's bad. It's all around bad. There's no one to root for.
A little bit more clarification from Mama Bear, Sherry Harley in the Facebook chat. She's saying that gentleman was from Fort Leonard Wood.
Yeah.
So the FLW is Fort Leonard Wood. I'm
think he
guessing
was
that
one of
was
the
the
officers.
championship match, or the championship belt that maybe Austin had won that night.
Yeah, I don't know. He was just mingling around, and I was like, who is that guy? And
Was it not the guy that accompanied Austin Moitala to the ring?
No.
Hmm.
Somebody different. But I'm wondering if he was like the colonel or something from the base.
Well, I do know this, that the upper management of Fort Leonard Wood, the post commander and the command sergeant major
Right.
were not there
Okay.
this past weekend as they were last year's. I don't know what the situation was or anything along those lines, so I'm not going to slide it at all.
Okay.
But
that answers my
I do
question.
know that. Anyhow, let's get back to WWE's Elimination Chamber. Last weekend, the men's chamber match. LA Knight, Cody Rhodes, Javon Evans, Trick Williams, Randy Orton, and Logan Paul in this matchup. And of course, the winner would get a shot at the undisputed WWE Championship at WrestleMania 42. But before we get to that match, the night before, it was not Logan Paul that was in this match. It was Jey Uso that was in this match.
Sad.
And Jey Uso apparently had been attacked at the beginning, even before the cameras came on for the beginning of SmackDown. We have no idea even now who it was that really attacked him.
No, we still don't. Semi-intrigued.
However, from Jey Uso being knocked out and could not go at the chamber, it was a match between Logan Paul and Jacob Fatu, which I thought was a good match. I thought it was a really good match, but disappointed in seeing who won that
So
match.
when they announced that match, I was like, man, Sarge got it right.
That's what I was thinking.
That's
what I
here
was
he goes.
thinking.
And here goes Sarge going, I told you, it's going to end up with
Well, don't
Jacob
you
Fatu
think
in the
it would have
chamber.
been a
It's still gonna go that way.
no? Because
No,
it's going to be
I-
Drew McIntyre and Jacob Fatu at WrestleMania 42.
Yeah.
I guarantee
Who
you.
cares about that match? The Fatal 4
Hey, I'm just telling you, my man.
That's how
I'm
it's gonna
just
end up.
telling you, Mr. Referee.
We can't have two singles world title matches. One of them's got to be a multi-man.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying, man.
Drew needs his rematch.
Four-way, huh?
Logan Paul coming
I
out
think so.
as the victor against Jacob Fatu to put himself into the chamber match. It was disappointing. It really was. I mean, no slight against Logan Paul. I think Logan Paul has, from the very beginning to now, completely changed my mind 150% on him. He's an athletic specimen who deserves to be in championship matches. I think them having him in the vision with Austin Theory and Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker is the right move, with, of course, Paul Heyman as their oracle or wise man or whatever you want to call
Let's
him.
just call it a manager.
But no, we don't use manager anymore, apparently. In the WWE anyway.
Right.
But this wasn't the right time for Logan Paul.
So what I'm thinking is Bronson Reed was probably supposed to win on Raw, and they called an audible.
I guarantee you that's
when he
what
got
it was.
hurt, yeah.
You could even kind of tell on Jey Uso's face after he got the three guys like, I don't know about this. So they called an audible, and they put in a guy that they know that they can count on, Logan Paul. He's never had a bad match. He's consistent every single time. Why Jay couldn't have been in there, I don't know. But they put Logan in there.
But if there's ever a triple threat match that I want to see at WrestleMania 42 for this year anyway, it would have been Cody Rhodes versus Drew McIntyre versus Jacob Fatu for the WWE Championship.
Cody Rhodes, Jacob, and Drew.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's exactly how they set it up.
Right.
But yet that's not what we're getting.
That's not what we're
No.
getting.
That is not what we are getting. But let's get back to this men's chamber match. Even though Javon Evans was pinned by Logan Paul as the first, person to be eliminated, I thought Javon Evans had a great showing.
It was fun.
Inside that chamber.
Mhm.
LA Knight. LA Knight is another
he
one
slipped-
of those.
he
Wait a
slipped
minute,
on-
wait a
he slipped
minute.
on the
Time out. Freeze.
ropes.
Freeze. Hang on. Let me finish my thought. Here.
Sorry.
LA Knight is almost in the same category right now for me as Natalia as Natty Neidhart,
Mhm.
because he is a great performer. He is worthy of having championship matches month after month, not just, every once in a while, month after month. And yet they have not done a doggone thing with him, really, since he has stepped in the main roster.
Well, he won the U.S. title.
For how long?
I don't know, but
It was a
he did.
short reign.
He had two
And-
short reigns.
And I
He had
was
2 short reigns.
I was just gonna say, just because he slipped on the rope, don't. People,
No, as
that
soon as he
happens.
slipped on the rope, I was like, oh, he's not
It
going to win now.
It happens. Love him
goes
to
my
death.
pick.
I think he's a great performer. Matt Sydal, when he came back into the AEW, remember, he had jumped up to that top rope, was going to do him a slip fall. It happens.
No,
With
it happens.
Jeff Hardy, we've seen Jeff Hardy do that. Slip fall. You get up and you keep going, right?
So LA Knight is gonna need something to the effect of Kofi Mania or the Yes Movement to move the needle for management. It's
Well,
just not gonna happen.
We had it a year or so ago when everybody was going, and he was going against Roman.
I guess it wasn't enough. Oh no, that was during the Roman Reign of Terror. He was not gonna win. No one was gonna win that.
But we need to get back to that
Right.
and have another movement like that.
Quick question, because I'm brain farting.
I don't like it. Whatever the question is.
Did we take our second break?
No.
Guess what we gotta do? We're gonna take our second and our last final break here on Uncensored Wrestling Talk. We're gonna go ahead and take that. It's only, 3 minutes? And then we'll jump back in on this Elimination Chamber for the men's side of things to determine who was going to be in that match for the undisputed WWE Championship at WrestleMania 42 right after this.
Trust the professionals at Meyer & Company Real Estate and
Claire.
Auctions. Buying or selling, they'll
Good
make
Lord.
your dreams come true. Here's commercial property and development expert Rick Meyer.
Sarge, did you see the bad bump by
along with
Cameron?
that brings commercial development opportunities.
By Cameron? Harley Cameron?
No, Cameron Burnett.
Cameron Burnett, I mean, from last weekend?
Good growth to
Well, I mean,
our
I was
area,
there.
bring the services up.
From our angle, right towards the end.
Yeah.
She came straight down on
Ooh.
Trying to push.
Probably why she was walking gingerly
Yeah.
after all.
I mean, literally,
Like on the top rope.
she came off the top rope, tried to do a drop kick, but
So she had a rope slip.
and she came literally straight down and
Meyer &
almost
Company
scraped
Real
her
Estate and
back.
Auctions. North Lincoln Drive
And
in
hit her
Troy.
temple.
Did she make contact, or was it just
No,
okay?
She didn't make contact, but when she came off, I was like,
2 minutes.
The season's race is over. And
It happens.
Flag is waving.
I was like, that.
It happens.
How did Jay react to that?
Huh?
How did Jay react to that?
I don't think he saw it. And then,
It's okay. I'm just
I don't think he
asking.
saw it.
Well, where was he looking?
No, I don't. That's what I mean.
All right.
Because shortly after that, they
You're
were
gonna
gonna
have to get with Jay and teach him.
No, I have no problems doing that whatsoever, but when
He
someone gets
he didn't
hurt,
check ropes, he didn't check turnbuckles.
I don't
He
do
didn't-
that every time.
Yeah, but he didn't do it at all.
Seeing a ref check turnbuckles is like, what are you doing, dude? what are we doing? I get it though.
Making yourself look busy instead of just standing there.
Right. He did a lot of
As
standing.
Marty likes to say.
But-
It's okay. It's all right.
No, I
got
don't think he
anybody
checked
in
on her
YouTube?
because it was right after that.
Anybody in YouTube?
Lainey Kate's in there, but she's not saying much. She said WWE creative sucks. And we said happy birthday. She said thank you.
What do you guys do here?
We recycle. Our typical
But yeah,
business is
no,
picking
it's-
up stuff that nobody else can get.
People
Now, thanks to you, I'm watching refs, I'm watching positioning.
Watching refs has become a curse. Because
Yes.
I watch the refs.
It is. Trust me.
It takes me out of it because I'm like, ref, what are you doing?
Now you know how I feel when I'm listening to other commentators talking.
Oh, no. Well, no, I don't need to be a commentator to do that. Michael Cole sucks. He's always sucked. What are you talking about? You don't even know how to call a wrestling move.
You call it a Mexican destroyer, but it's just called a destroyer.
It's a Mexican destroyer! It originated in Mexico.
There was a period of time where Michael Cole called Randy Orton's power slam a scoop.
There we go. Mics are about to go live in 3, 2, 1. Mics live. What a time we are having here inside the Gateway Fiber Studio of News Radio 105.3 FM, 1280 AM, KYRO. Of course, we're also live on our streams, YouTube channel, Uncensored Wrestling Talk, and of course, our Facebook page, also under the name of Uncensored Wrestling Talk. Join us in there. You can put any comments that you want. We'll see them. Keep it clean, or we'll clean it up and say what you guys are saying in those rooms. Back to this men's elimination chamber match. Javon Evans, LA Knight, and Trick Williams, who I thought had a pretty decent showing inside the chamber as well. All three of them pinned by Logan Paul. As far as Logan Paul goes, though, what did you think of his performance, HD, since you were there at the event?
His performance was solid, but I will tell you, he was booed from beginning to end.
That's what you want.
The music hits, boo. Standing in the chamber doing nothing, just waiting for the pod to open, booed. He was getting cussed out. F you, Logan, just standing there.
That's kind of what you want.
I guess if that's what you want, then that's what they got. They got it.
He's a massive heel.
Mm-hmm. They got it.
Do you think he's a bigger heel than Dom, or the biggest heel in the company now?
Unfortunately, Dom is a babyface. People like him.
Pretty much. Yeah, pretty much Dirty Dom is cheered.
Is he the biggest heel in the company? Is that your question?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Maybe, because I was going to say Drew's a pretty big heel, but people like him.
I was going to say, yeah, Drew McIntyre might be a bigger heel.
People like him, though. Nia Jax is a pretty big heel right now.
Yeah.
Bigger than Logan.
But not bigger than Logan. Not bigger than Logan.
I don't know.
He might be.
He might be. Mm-hmm.
He might be.
Bigger than Brock Lesnar?
People like Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, there are people that like Brock Lesnar. So
people do like Logan.
It's pretty much when we've seen Brock Lesnar, it's pretty much a 50-50 on him. Which apparently we're going to be seeing Brock Lesnar quite a bit over this next month leading up to WrestleMania 42.
So I have a question about Logan. I'm going to jump the gun. I don't know where you are in your narrative. But when Logan lost, right?
When he got pinned?
He gets eliminated.
Mm-hmm.
There was some shenanigans going on with masked men.
Yep.
And I had a debate going on with some of my friends, other wrestling fans, when the reveal was made of who caused him to lose, which was
Seth freaking Rollins.
There was a big pop for Seth revealing his...
There was.
What was the pop for? Was the pop for Seth, or was the pop for Logan losing?
I think that one was for for Seth himself.
Yeah. You think so?
After Logan got pinned by Cody Rhodes, there was a pop there, yes, but it wasn't as big and loud as it was for when Seth took off his mask and revealed it was him.
You really could only feel it if you were there, but Logan was hated so much during that match that it could have been anyone under that mask, and it would have got a big pop. I don't know if it would have got as big as Seth would have, but it literally could have been like R-Truth or Otis under that mask. They're like, thank you, whoever you are, you eliminated Logan Paul from the ring.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, yeah, it was fun. It was a fun moment, but I don't know what the reaction was for. But anyway, just wanted to ask.
Well, with that, Cody Rhodes pinning Logan Paul.
Mm-hmm.
But right after that, Drew McIntyre decides to show up and try and screw everything up. He gets into the ring. He's attacking Cody Rhodes, beating him in the corner. Randy Orton comes in, RKO's him. Then Cody Rhodes hits the crossroads right on Drew. And then as soon as he starts to get up, Randy Orton RKO's him out of nowhere.
I saw the RKO to Drew, or I saw the crossroads to Drew. I was like, Randy, do it. Do it.
And
Do
he
it,
did.
Randy. And he did it.
He did it. He got the 1, 2, 3. So
I was
he
so
moves
happy.
on to WrestleMania 42 to face Drew McIntyre at the time. But then on the post show, Nick Aldis was so angry about Drew McIntyre getting involved in the chamber that he came out and said that on Friday Night SmackDown that Drew McIntyre was going to defend that championship against Cody Rhodes. And as soon as he said that, I was like, Cody Rhodes is winning it on Friday night. No doubt in my mind.
And did he?
Well, as Big Mike, the monstrous one himself in the chat room says, how do we feel about Cody defeating Drew and now being the undisputed WWE champion?
Mrs. Laney Cates in YouTube, go to our YouTube, says, am I a terrible person if I say I'm tired of Cody? You're not the only one.
No.
You're not the only one.
You are not a terrible person for saying it. As a fan of professional wrestling, just because we may have differing opinions, you have every right to your opinion because you're that passionate about wrestling. To have an opinion, right? So, but no, in this particular case, you're not wrong. It's almost as if now we're being shoved down the throat with Cody Rhodes.
Well, she says she's tired of him.
Hey, I'm almost in that same boat.
He's going to put on a really good match. Like, that's the thing.
I don't see him coming out of WrestleMania losing.
I just want to say, regardless of win, loss, or whatever, Cody can wear on you his style of promo and who he is, but he puts on a good match every time.
He really does.
Every time.
He brings it every single time. Superfan.
So what I'm wondering, is this the setup as how mad Nick Aldis got? Is this the setup for Nick Aldis to actually get a WrestleMania match?
Not as because Adam Pearce was really mad too, and I thought it was going to be Adam and Nick versus the Vision for a little while there, and they didn't go there. So
yeah, and that's because Braun and Bronson both got injured. I think.
Do you think so?
I really think so.
Do you think we were going to get something?
I don't know if we would have
variety?
gotten a match between the four of them or Nick Aldis and Adam Pearce, but I think that story would have been going on still.
But do we think Nick Aldis should get at least one WrestleMania match?
I think before much longer we do see Nick Aldis turning back into being a wrestler again. I think he deserves that. The career that he's had, he deserves to be able to step into the WWE ring as a competitor for at least a little while.
Okay.
But I think he's done a heck of a
I
job
love him as a GM.
As the GM for SmackDown.
Laney Kate is asking, I get it, Cody puts on great matches. Sure. But he finished his story. Maybe elevate somebody else. And my personal response to that is, no one else is as box office as Cody is. And this WrestleMania in particular is about big names.
True. Especially with it being back in Las Vegas for the second year.
And they're not doing well with ticket sales if the rumors are true.
Oof.
Cody versus Randy is that box office that we're going to get.
Yeah.
Randy versus Drew was.
And that should be night 2, the main event.
It won't be, but yeah.
I think it will be.
Roman and Cody is their match.
You really think Roman and
Punk
CM Punk is going to be night 2?
I bet it is.
They've already admitted that the Elimination Chamber match was a waste of time before it even happened. Adam Pearce basically said, I'm not doing it. Why are we having this match? It's silly.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's going to be Roman and Punk.
Interesting. Well, for the night, Elimination Chamber, H.D. Daniels, our resident referee, Mr. 1, 2, 3, Yeet. Yourself and myself. For that evening, we went 2 and 2. Pretty decent. Not bad. Not bad at all. Not bad at all.
You did not do well.
I was trying to decide if I was perfect 0 and 4.
No, you didn't go perfect 0 and 4. You didn't
Dang
go
it.
perfect 0 and 4.
I thought we were trying to pick the losers.
So, in recap of Elimination Chamber, I'll just say, for the ticket prices as they were, I needed more. I needed at least 2 more matches. 3 would have been cool.
Well, let's ask a personal question real quick here.
I'm not telling you how much I spent.
Where were you sitting?
Middle bowl, like right in front of the aisle, like lower middle bowl. I was like 7 to 10 rows
So when the
away from
wrestlers
the
come
floor.
down the aisle, you were on directly the
Yeah,
opposite
I could see.
side.
Yeah, like the chamber was in the way. I couldn't even see him come out. I was
Okay.
like right there.
Good seats then.
Yeah, they were good. Mm-hmm.
Price range.
More than $800
What? More than $800
for two.
For 2 tickets.
Mhm.
That's redunculous. That is redunculous.
More than
Good
800,
Lord.
less than 1,400.
Wow. That's flabbergasting.
$15.99. What a bargain.
That is just flabbergasting. I cannot believe, man.
They needed.
I can
to
see
do
it
more.
being that much for ringside seats and that type of thing, but we're talking mid-lower level bowl.
Yep.
Man, I'm shocked. I'm shocked, really, I am.
I'm gonna start a Kickstarter. A GoFundMe.
GoFundMe?
Send HD Daniels to the next
It was for
wrestling
It
event.
was for little HD's birthday. We had a great time.
Hey, that's all that matters then. That's
But
all.
more
that
matches,
matters.
more tag team matches, Intercontinental Championship matches, more. Give me more.
Well, you know what? WrestleMania 42, there's a rumor going around that there's going to be, as a total for both nights, 16 matches.
Good.
So you're going to get more.
Do it all in one day. Forget this 2-night thing. Start it. Go all day.
And we may see that next year
In Saudi.
in Saudi. We may see just one night and where they put 13, 14 matches on. And with it starting here on our side of the world, starting at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, maybe even noon.
I was gonna say for them you would have to start at like noon minimum, but that would be what, like 8 in the morning for us?
No, way earlier than that. That would be like at like 4 o'clock in the morning our time.
What a day
Yeah.
that would be.
It would be pretty wild.
If they
Hey,
if they did it on a
yeah, we are
Sorry.
done here on the radio set. If you want to keep listening, you're going to have to jump over to the Facebook or the YouTube. You know, with that being said, excuse me, for our nematode Nelly, our superfan Tim Williams, for our resident referee Mr. 123 Yeet HD Daniels. I am Czar saying thank you so much for listening on the radio side of things. And again, come join us on the Facebook and the YouTube, and we'll see all of you next week.
Dalen Berry's career high.
So I
is
declare that they
28
should
in
start
game against
Saudi very
Long-
early so we can do a live reaction during WrestleMania on our show.
That would be pretty interesting.
That would be super fun.
That would be an interesting thing. But no, I think that's going to start at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, which would be about 8 o'clock in the evening their time.
So you're gonna have 13 matches starting at 8 o'clock and go to like
Might even be, well,
3 in the morning.
I keep forgetting. We're now, as of today, in daylight savings time, but I don't think, I can't remember if Saudi, does the daylight savings time as well or not. Because if they haven't, and if they don't spring forward, which means now 1 o'clock will be more like 7 o'clock their time. And we've had WrestleManias in the past start at 7 o'clock and go for 4.5 hours to 5 hours. So I can see that. I can see that happening next year. But I'll be a little surprised though if they do 2 nights next year. I'll be surprised. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
I really enjoyed the WrestleMania that was like 12 hours long.
Really?
I did. It was just a day of just.
Right. It would be nice to have just a nice long day.
And of course, WrestleMania wasn't 12 hours long. So if you guys are out there thinking
But
that,
it was like 3 o'clock in the afternoon to 10 o'clock at night.
yeah, it was like
7
7 hours long. Yeah.
And that was the Mania where people.
Wasn't
got,
that the one that they had out in San Francisco, WrestleMania 32 at Levi Stadium?
No, I think it was the one where Becky Lynch won, where the main event was going on at like 12:30 at night. That was the one where everybody got stuck in the transit system because the transit system closed down at like 1 in the morning and they all had to wait around.
Mm.
But anyway, I just thought that was a really fun day of just a day of. Now you have to schedule your weekend, your whole weekend around WrestleMania. I just don't like it.
Big Mike says the Monstrous one put me down for the watch along. I like it. I like it. And we'll have to see how that goes and see what time those are gonna start next year. And we may do something along those lines. We'll talk about what's going on right then and there. That would be interesting. Hey, we're gonna go ahead and jump into some dirt sheet stuff here real quick before we get out of here. According to Fightful Select, WWE wrestlers are quote-unquote adamant that the social media feud between Rhea Ripley and Jade Cargill this week was quote-unquote not a work.
Oh, it has to be a work.
Even so, there is no concern about the two stars working together at WrestleMania 42.
It's a work.
So what were they doing, for those that don't know, what were they doing on social
I
media?
don't even remember what they were doing, but Chelsea got involved, Piper Niven got involved, and they were saying stuff like, you don't work enough, and I'd have to go look at it. It was...
It's more towards Jade.
It was. It was like people decided to go after Jade. Like Chelsea went after Jade, Piper Niven went after Jade.
Wow.
And Jade was like, you get hurt too much. And then Piper was like, well, you don't wrestle enough. This is so corny and dumb and yeah, not good.
Monstrous Mike saying you have to do it, talking about the watch along. Well, you know what? Maybe you should come in and do it with us. What do you think? Now, meanwhile, the Wrestling Observer newsletter maintains that situation was not a shoot, no matter what people tell you.
Yeah. Maybe want to shoot something.
The Observer claims there has been some genuine resentment in the WWE locker room for Cargill due to her being pushed while not being good in the ring or anything special on promos. Even with her unique look, the general feeling is that she didn't get over to the level others have. Didn't improve in the ring. And would blame her partners when matches had issues.
Well,
you know what? I'm going to say this. Since she's been in the WWE and we've seen her in the ring, even when she was tagging with Bianca Belair, I've not liked her matches. I don't think they've been very good at all. I really don't.
Nope.
It's like when
she did okay when she was teaming with Naomi.
When she was in AEW, she was doing pretty well.
See,
It's almost as if when she left AEW, when she went to WWE, it's almost like she took 3 or 4 steps backwards.
She did.
And didn't recover from it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just hoping that when Bianca Belair comes back, you know, and they do this little feud between the two of them, if they do it, I'm hoping for it, that it helps Jade Cargill get better. I'm hoping. Because as of right now, for me, Jade Cargill is a flop. She's flopped in WWE so far. That's just my own sentiment.
You ain't wrong.
Russell Votes says WWE currently has at least 5 women's matches planned for WrestleMania 42.
Well, you got 4 belts or 5 different championships. You got the women's tag teams, you got the United States, you got the Intercontinental, and you got your 2 women's champions. So there's your 5.
There you
If
go.
they defend all 5, I'd be happy.
I'd be happy with that.
You
Why
should.
not?
You should, but they
Why
don't
not?
always. I'm waiting for Charlotte and Alexa to implode and have a singles match. So I'm wondering which title match would be replaced with that.
Say that again?
I'm waiting for Charlotte and Alexa to implode and have a singles match against each other, which I think would be a Mania match.
Well, unfortunately, last night, or
Yeah, I know.
2 nights ago, they won their tag match against
I know.
Kiana James
I thought
and
it was.
Julia.
I thought it was going to
So
happen there. I thought that's when the implosion would happen, but
they're getting their
Yeah.
tag match against what are they being called? The Irresistible Forces. Lash Legend and Nia Jax. I'm thinking that tag match is going to happen at WrestleMania.
Okay.
So we'll see what happens. I'm not sure about this first part of this statement. Maybe you guys know. I'm not sure. But it says, while speaking at For the Love of Wrestling 2026, must have been a convention or something. I'm not sure.
Oh.
Samoa Joe said he'll be back in AEW sooner than later. So I figured that he was just taking a little break. You know, he's got that show that he does. What's that? Twisted Metal or something along those lines. So now we can talk a little bit about this one since it's coming up here. Dave Meltzer mentioned that Road Dogg's decision to leave WWE came after he received his annual review, which he, quote unquote, wasn't happy with.
They do annual reviews?
Yeah, that's the first thing
First
I thought.
for me.
I guess he's like a corporate employee.
Did he step down? Did he step away? Or was he let go by WWE? There's a big
So from
difference.
what I've read across the, and again, it's a dirt sheet, how much is it really believable? He's left WWE.
He wasn't fired.
Wasn't fired. He
However,
left.
he is still under a Legends contract.
Correct.
So that doesn't mean just because he's stepped away from that creative spot that we're going to see him in AEW or MLW or New Japan's creative team.
I can't see him in
anywhere else.
he's not going to be on the creative for any other organizations.
No.
I think he's just done.
Good.
He might be.
Because he wasn't good at it.
Well, I mean, we've said this for...
He was in charge of SmackDown. SmackDown has been the shits.
Hey, you know what? Raw has too.
But all
Let's
of
be
it,
fair.
And you know what? It just hit me a little while ago, and it kind of irks me a little bit. We've spent 2 hours talking about effing WWE when we have a better brand that we should be spending more time talking about in AEW.
Hey, sometimes when there's a pay-per-view and you're talking about it, time gets away.
He's
That
mad.
just happens. Okay, so calm down there, hero. Or you're fired. No, actually, I'll send you home to your wife, Trisha, and let her deal with you. Get him, Trisha. All right, let's see. What else do we have here?
So you just want to ignore the bad stuff, just altogether?
Well, no, it's easy to talk about the bad stuff. It's easy to talk about it, but it's like, that's how bad WWE is, and it's just driving me effing crazy. And all we're doing is just building up. Oh, we got WrestleMania. Well, shoot, we've got Revolution next weekend.
Is it next weekend?
Yep,
Yes.
next
Okay,
Sunday
cool.
night.
All right.
Next Sunday night. Which we'll do our predictions on that next weekend on the show.
There you go, AEW. Well, you won't be here.
I won't be here.
We're just making him unhappy.
I'm telling you.
I'll post my
Superfan is just
I'll
not a
post
happy
my
camper
predictions.
this morning. You know, a source close to the situation said that this has been brewing for a while, with Dogg recently hinting that he might leave after WWE made him pull out of a convention appearance.
Mm-hmm.
So it's more than just one thing or two things. It's been a progressively building thing, but we've said it right here on this show, as far as our opinion goes anyway, that WWE's shows in general, SmackDown, Raw, and hell, even NXT for that matter, they haven't really been the greatest of shows over the last year or so.
But how much gets vetoed by Paul?
Who knows?
Not enough.
Who knows?
Or there's good
Well,
stuff
I'm
that they're
hearing
throwing
rumors
out there.
and wait a minute, I'm even hearing rumors that Paul Levesque, Triple H, really isn't in charge either, though.
Who is?
TKO. Paul Letting.
So yeah, he has Lee Fitting, you mean?
I'm sorry, Lee Fitting.
Is
Yeah.
he TKO?
Yeah. He's TKO.
So all storylines go through him?
Apparently.
Okay.
Apparently.
I don't know.
We'll see if things change. We'll see. Sources told Fightful that the angle on Raw, where Gunther pulled off Dragon Lee's mask, went as planned, and the camera angle WWE used to shoot it was not an accident. I found that kind of wild that he pulled his mask off during that match.
Why?
Because you don't really see
They just did it to
luchadors.
Fraxio.
I know, but that's why also.
Okay.
Because they had just done it with him, but also you don't really generally see that happen very often. But to see it back to back like that, it's kind of odd, kind of strange, kind of weird. Don't like it. Leave their masks alone. That's how I feel.
No means no.
No means no. Don't touch it. A little more about Road Dogg here. Following Road Dogg's exit from WWE and Alexandra Williams' promotion to lead writer of Raw, Wrestling Observer Live's Brian Alvarez heard it's possible there is more to come regarding WWE's creative team shakeup. Well, you know what? I don't think it just falls on one person. I think that whole team needs to be revamped then. You know? Revamp the whole thing.
I'll sign up.
Yeah. I'll join you.
Trying to get past the Road Dogg stuff here. Because they're really just saying the same thing over and over again. According to Russell Votes, WWE has worked on logos and specialty merchandise for NFL legend Tom Brady. This includes slogans like T-Bone and the untouchable Tom Brady. Some people in the company think Brady will make an appearance at WrestleMania 42 in Las Vegas. It likely wouldn't be for an actual match on the card, but it could be related to his recent beef with certain WWE stars. What the blue hell are we doing here? We're getting rid of creative people because, well, we think that they're not doing that great. But then on the flip side, you're doing stuff that just makes absolutely no freaking sense whatsoever. Why the hell do we need Tom Brady? Questionably, yes, the greatest of all time quarterback in the NFL. I get it. But that's not like it's going to bring more eyes to the product. It's just not.
But that's what they've been doing. They've been bringing in stars, Jelly Roll, all these rappers and everybody.
I don't think it puts any more eyes on the product than what already is there, honestly.
No, it creates
buzz.
It does not. It creates the buzz. No one is going to buy a WrestleMania because Tom Brady's going to be there, but that you can create headlines after.
You could, I guess.
That's what happened.
BodySlam.net is backing me up on this one. That WrestleMania 42 will include at least 14 matches across both nights, and that number could possibly reach 16 due to the event's earlier start time. And they are starting earlier this year than they have in years past.
I'm all for it.
I believe it's going to start on both nights at like 6 p.m. Central Time, our time here.
That's too late. Like 3 or 4 is perfect. Then we can all go to bed.
Now, something different this year, though, because now they're on the ESPN app. On night 1, the first hour of WrestleMania is going to be available on ESPN 2, and then night 1 on night 2, or hour 1 on night 2, I should say, will be on regular ESPN, the first full hour. And you know what? I ain't happy about that. I'm paying 30 freaking bucks a month to watch this stuff, and so somebody else that's not paying for it can still get to see the first hour of everything going on.
Totally a legit complaint, I think.
And they won't get nearly as many commercial breaks as we will on the freaking stream. I bet you. I bet you money.
I'm not laughing at you.
These people.
Call ESPN and demand a discount.
Right? Maybe we should start a petition on that. Maybe we should start a petition. Oh, Monstrous Mike Maverick here in the chat room brings up a good point. WrestleMania 42 is going to be in Allegiant Stadium, which is also the home of the Las Vegas Raiders, and Tom Brady is one of the owners of the Raiders. Now it makes sense of why they're doing that.
And then is he going to fight Logan Paul in a boxing match?
God, I hope so. God, I hope so. I would pay
With
to
4
see that
ropes
one.
instead of 3.
BodySlam.net also mentioned that WWE is discussing a main roster call-up for Ethan Page. However, he will probably work in the main event title scene in NXT before moving up to Raw or SmackDown. I say go ahead and bring him on up.
Yeah, they set it up last night.
Yeah, but he's not going to do nothing.
No.
Sorry to burst your bubbles.
No,
Sorry to burst the bubbles.
They'll get lost in the mix too.
Votes heard that May the 23rd will be the date of WWE's next Saturday night's main event. The location needs to be finalized, but Nashville is currently the leading candidate. Interesting.
Nashville for what?
Next Saturday night's main event. Alvarez notes that Tony Khan's decision to move Ring of Honor tapings to a studio in Jacksonville may be partially related to saving money. I think that sometimes AEW had to pay extra money because the shows went so long that the building charged them more for those Ring of Honor tapings. Can't say I didn't blame him. I can't say I didn't blame him. Because Daly's place, hell, his family owns that place.
Yeah.
So it's not like he has to pay more.
Do they own that place or do they own the Jacksonville, the Jaguars?
They own all of that.
They
right
do?
There. Yeah, they own all of that right there.
Well, then just have Ring of Honor at Daly's place.
That's what they're gonna do.
No, it's a studio.
Right, it's right there though. It's right next to it.
Or do they own the right next to it?
Yeah.
Oh.
That whole complex area.
Wait. The studio for Ring of Honor is inside Daly's place?
I think so.
Oh.
I think so. Or it's another separate little building, like
Okay.
in that same complex area, or something along those lines. For AEW, we really haven't talked much AEW, as he was saying earlier. So, Superfan, here's your chance. Here's your shot. Let's talk AEW. What did you like and what did you not like from AEW this week?
All right, so first thing I have is Swerve Strickland. Do you like him turning heel?
Little HD does not.
I didn't either.
It's okay. I mean, they.
Or is he kind of going in, you're going to cheer me, boo me, I don't care, I'm doing the things that I want to do. I'm being the killer that needs to be in AEW.
AEW is that place where baby faces and heels don't really matter. They really don't. People like Swerve's style. I don't know what word I'm trying to say. They like Swerve.
Yeah.
They like MJF. He's a straight up heel. He gets pops.
He does?
The only people that get real heel heat are Don Callis because nobody wants him there.
True.
Stuff like that.
I think Okada gets real heel.
But Okada's there, like Okada and Fletcher as a team.
You know what? I'm
going to
say this with Kazuchika Okada, since he's come into AEW, he's turned into a real bitch.
I have had zero interest in anything Okada has done since he joined. I
know he loves to say that word,
Yeah.
bitch.
Mhm.
I mean, is his matches good? His matches are good.
They're nothing special,
But
though.
there's nothing special about it.
Mhm.
It's not the same Okada as he is
It's
over in New Japan.
It's like he made all this money. They put him with Don Callis, and I don't want to say lazy, but he got comfortable. There's nothing special about anything Okada's doing.
I agree.
And I was going to say him and Fletcher are going to get over as a team. They're not going to get heel heat. They're going to get over. I don't know who the heels are in AEW. Do you?
David Finlay, the Dogs.
Hey, David Finlay. How surprised were you guys to see him show up on an AEW this week.
Not really at all.
I think it's the right move because we were talking about it. That at least now he can actually go back to New Japan and finish out stuff if he
True.
needs to.
That's true.
A guy like Finley,
That's true.
putting him in NXT is a wrong choice. It's the wrong choice, and he probably
And that's where he would have been stuck
Yeah.
in, was in
And
NXT.
he's probably making more money, which is really what it's all about.
True. True. Interesting. What else?
What about the new female tag team of Megan Bain and Lena Cross?
Mm-hmm. I like it.
They should be called
like
the
it.
Goddesses. And
I like it.
I think they're going to be a strong challenge
So,
for the women's title.
My
And I can
opinion-
see them put them on it.
my opinion is still out on them, but I am more disappointed that the Iconics straight up walks.
Oh,
Man.
they look terrible.
I mean,
It wasn't even close.
How can you do that to them?
Jamie Hayter and Alex Windsor are a hell of a tag team together.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't put the Iconics that just came into the company, what, a couple of weeks ago, up against a team like that to start things off.
Mm-hmm.
Well, do you do the squash match thing, which wastes everybody's time?
You know, no.
They did that
Right.
squash match thing in Australia, the pre-show.
The pre-show.
Or one
Right.
of
It was a dark. It was a
The
dark.
dark match.
The Grand
It was a
Slam.
dark
Right.
Yeah.
But with the Iconics, you put them in tag matches with other tag teams that you know that they're going to beat and beat pretty handily. You start building them up. And it's like in that match against
The Brawling Birds.
the Brawling Birds, Jamie Hayter, Alex Windsor, I'll call them that instead. Yeah, as soon as I heard that match was going to happen, it was an automatic win for me
Yeah.
for Windsor and Hayter. Automatic. And it was like, as much as I like AEW, it's one of those moments where it's like, AEW, Tony Khan, creative team, what in the hell are you doing? You're screwing it up. You're
Right.
screwing things up.
It made whatever momentum they have completely disappear, and there's
Gone.
They might as well not even be on TV anymore.
Right.
Gone. I mean, it wasn't very much momentum. Let's not.
They're a former WWE Tag Team Champion. They have legit credibility behind them,
They do.
and they lost to a team that just started.
Very true. Very, very true.
I hated seeing that. I was like,
Yeah.
come on.
Why am I?
I'm not saying they're like,
Is the stream still going on the Facebook?
Yeah.
'Cause I'm like stuck.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Good.
what else AEW, man?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Tommaso Ciampa. Is he going to be a heel?
I think he turned heel last
You
night.
think he turned heel?
Yeah.
Or is he just, I don't need friends, I'm just
Well,
going to do this
okay, we're
by
gonna go
myself.
back to what we just talked about. He is probably in the category of heel, but he will get cheers. People are gonna
Right.
sing his theme song.
Right.
People are gonna enjoy his matches. At this point in AEW, I don't even know why they bother with
Right.
characters. Just have your matches.
Right. Match of the week.
Uh huh. Yeah.
The Rascals versus FTR. Or is it
Okay.
Takeshita versus Claudio?
Well, they had Rascals versus FTR last night.
Right. But this
And
this
FTR
week's
won.
match of the week.
Oh, I see what you're saying. The match of the week.
I'm trying to think.
Boy, that Claudio and
What about
Takeshita
Swerve
match was
and Brody?
damn good.
That was good.
That was good.
Mhm.
But I mean, I'm ready for the match. The perfect setup for the match.
And they'll have their match at Revolution more than
Uh-huh.
likely next weekend. A real quick build up for it.
Mm-hmm.
I would have liked to have seen that build a little bit longer. Like maybe what I mean by that is starting that build up maybe a month ago, instead of just last week.
Right.
That's just me though.
And one other thing, I loved, and I mean loved, the way Collision ended last night.
And it ended how?
It ended with just a all-out brawl between Takeshita, Hechicero, Claudio, John Moxley, and they ended it going off the air with them still fighting.
Like the old days.
Exactly. When was the last time you ended a show with just not somebody standing in the ring on the ropes?
Yeah.
You left it
It's been a
as a
little while.
cliffhanger, which thank God somebody did.
It's been a little while. That's for sure. All right, I think it's that time. H.D. Daniels, our resident referee, Mr. 1, 2, 3, yeet. You got anything
No.
else for this week?
I don't think so. How was Vengeance Day?
It sucked.
Okay.
Yes.
So
absolutely.
I am very I don't like to be critical of a school. I think they tried hard, but it really wasn't the best show.
The problem is now NXT really overall is turning back into a school when they brought it up as like a third option brand that you could watch. The quality of
But it's never
it's-
stopped being a developmental.
I understand that. Now you have the Evolve. Put that as your developmental, and by the time they get out of the Evolve, they should be able to handle themselves in the ring.
I don't disagree that they could make NXT a third brand now that they have Evolve, AAA, and TNA. But at this point in time, NXT is a school. And it's hard to be critical of performances at a
Yeah.
school.
Very true.
If you really want NXT to be that third brand, you gotta bring big stars. You gotta put Randy Orton on NXT, something like that. Make him the NXT champion.
Which, before long, speaking of NXT, there's going to be a stand and deliver.
Here in St. Louis.
I believe it's at the beginning of May.
April 4th.
Or it's April. It's April 4th.
SmackDown is
That's
here.
right, 2 weeks before WrestleMania here in St. Louis. at the
SmackDown is
factory.
the night before. It's Friday, Saturday wrestling.
Yep. It's gonna be that's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be fun. I'm curious to see.
Did you like Vengeance?
I enjoyed watching wrestling on my couch, but it was not the best show. It did
Have
not
they
knock
put
my
better
socks.
shows on before?
Yes.
Yes.
Mhm.
And even most recently, yes.
Yeah, but I watch wrestling so differently just because of what I do, and I see stuff.
Maybe you jaded me.
Maybe I can't remember the guy. I can't remember the guy, but there was a guy wrestling last night. He kept bouncing his head off the mat on every bump he took. And I'm like, go back to school. You need training. Like,
It was
I
the
don't
guy
know.
from Dark State, wasn't it?
I don't know.
In the Tony
It
D'Angelo.
was that match. Yes.
Right, the
It
guy
was
from
that-
Dark
yeah.
State. Yes.
Go back to school. Take a bump.
And you know what his response to that would be? Or is?
What?
I am in school.
Right. True. Very true. That's yeah.
All right, Superfan, our nematode nutty. What else you got?
I guess I'll tap out.
He's
You're
emotionally
tapping out.
strained.
He
He's
is
strained.
tapping out. Well, I'm sad to say that you will not be with us
Yes.
next weekend. You'll be up in New York City.
Absolutely.
New York City!
New York
With his wife,
City.
as she does a marathon.
Yep, she's
up
doing the
there
half marathon
in
up
New York.
there.
And you're watching the marathon.
Absolutely.
He's gonna be standing at the sideline, probably at the finish line, actually. Watching his wife coming towards the finish line and watch her cross over the finish line and go, "Good job." But good luck to you, Tricia. We hope that you do well in that marathon next weekend, and I hope for your guys' sake, especially yours, because you're going to be just standing out there, that the weather is going to be halfway decent.
They're saying 60s, but we'll see.
We will see. We will see. Hey, again, next weekend here in studio, I'm kind of excited about this. I'm going to finally get to hear
He's
From-
going to be the super fan next week.
I know.
Strictly Business. Brandon Beretta is going to be here in the studio, and the last I talked to him, he said that he's going to be bringing a special guest right along with him. So it'll be interesting. It'll be an interesting time next weekend. And then the weekend after that, on the 22nd, when Superfan here returns, we will have monstrous Mike Maverick in studio with us, and he may very well have all day Aiden Riley with him as well. So careful there, buddy. You might be jumping from the pan into the fire, from the frying pan straight into the fire.
The dogs of war, Scooby-Doo and Scrappy-Doo.
Continue to poke the bear.
You know, if you would have put those earphones on, you would have been a little JR today.
Could have been. Could have been a contender. Well, I think that's about it for today. Hey, we want to say thank you to each and every one of you that has taken time out of your Sunday to watch us and enjoy wrestling with us and talk about everything going on. For HD Daniels, for Superfan, I am Sarge saying we will see you next Sunday. And until then, go watch some wrestling.
Bye-bye.